Um, Hi. I don't know how loud the music is. It's kind of loud on my end personally, but hello everyone. Um, yeah. So we're doing a little something different today compared to the usual Minecraft because I wanted to change something for like just like do something different than usual. So I've decided, you know what, let's do a visual novel. I have the I just started. We haven't even clicked the game. But I have a long list of visual novels that I want to play, and this is one of them. It's called To Eat a God, and to be honest, I know nothing about this game. I only saw I've only seen the characters, the art, and I've only seen good things about this game. Like, a lot of people think it's good, and I'm not sure what to expect. I'm going in completely blind, I haven't seen any spoilers, but the art looks good. So that's one thing that's hooking me. Because I love good art in my games. You know, the art style is great. And honestly, yes, I do agree. This guy over here, he's kind of hot. Do you know? Wait, actually, do you know who he reminds me of? That's gonna be a really niche reference, but when I first saw him, right? When I first saw this guy, I immediately thought, wait, he looks like Kane from the Malevolent podcast. So, if I'm being honest, that is another thing that made me want to play this. So yes, today we are going to be playing To Eat a God. Completely blind, I know nothing. I haven't really fixed anything here. I just put down the music volume a bit. Text speed, let's put it here. I think this should be fine. I think, without further ado, let's just get into it. Now, oh sheesh. In the garden, there exist 7 symbols to which one must worship. Each one represents a concept linked to the creation of the garden. Whoa! The symbols are entities generated by the creator to maintain order and the functioning of the garden. All beings born under the command of the garden have a limited connection with their representative symbol, depending on the day that they were born. Interesting. No one is born on Sundays. Sundays are a sacred day. It is said that the symbols choose 6 people after the candle festival to consume them. The candle festival? Whoa! In the hope that one of them is the reincarnation of the creator. Ooh! Hmm. Hmm. The candle festival. Oh, your character's past doesn't matter. It's just another body for you to take. For me to take? Who am I? I mean, I know it just said, like, it doesn't matter. It's just another vessel. But man, I don't want animosity with myself. I want to know who am I. You're something you're already used to, I guess. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm used to this. Welcome to the garden, a place used as a test. A disposable place after finishing playing it. The game is simple. You must not let the other characters find out that your puppet is connected to you. What? Your puppet will be sent as a gift for the symbols, and you should act as if you belong there. Please do not do anything that is outside the stipulations, nor summon the name of the representative of the void. The void? This is strictly prohibited. Even if you are given the opportunity, don't do it. You feel yourself fall on a hard surface, scraping your knees. It's a sharp knock that creates a strange echo. You can hear the sound of silverware being scraped on a plate. And then, dead silence. Something is wrong. Whoa, first choice already. Oh, that's whoa, whoa. I like this art. Hold on, let's just putting it out there. I am the type of person who saves a lot. Open your eyes or keep them closed. Let's open my eyes. Why not? You look where you've fallen and realize that you're on a table. You fell right on top of a cake, causing your entire head and part of your knee to be stained with chocolate. Oh shit, someone's here. Hey. You hear a voice behind you and reflexively you turn to see who it is. What? Sorry. Yo. In front of you is a man who looks back at you in amazement. And before you can ask what's going on, he interrupts you. Really now? You shouldn't be here. Really? He looks so bewildered. He looks so bewildered. You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe the distribution mechanism broke down again. I have to do everything myself. No one here is responsible enough to verify if everything's in order. Feel invisible hands grab you by your arms and legs and plunge you into a void through the table. What? Little by little, you sink into a dark void that envelopes you. The sensation is warm and strange. I'm in a house. What the hell? There's no information about you. This can't be possible. Let's ask what's going on. What's happening? I can't see the connection with your symbol. Apparently, you're not a subject. Pardon me, I was wrong. Welcome, I've been waiting for you. Mother said she would send them a new toy. The word toy doesn't sound right, and you feel a small twinge of discomfort at the strangeness of the situation. True. But remember that you have to put on a good face. Act natural. Like you really belong here. This is scary. After what happened to the last one, I really hope you last longer. You really don't want to know what happened to the last one. My name is Nulla, owner of the Void. Nice to meet you. Okay, so this guy is the owner of Void. Okay. I hope this game is a dating sim. Is it? Wait, I actually don't remember. I looked at the download page. I promise you. I think it is. It is, yeah. Before we leave, I need your name. What's your name? L. Can you imagine just having a one-letter name? Yeah, I don't even have to imagine. I do have a one-letter name. Yeah, L. I'm L. Welcome to the Void, L. Null extends his hand to you in order to squeeze yours tightly in the style of a greeting. Despite the seconds passing, he doesn't let you go. You feel like his gaze is devouring your soul. That's scary. Almost like he's looking for something. Let's stare back at him. You are... Null's gaze turns blank for a second, only to be quickly replaced by eyes filled with wonder. You're from there. You're not from here. Don't say anything. I feel like I'm already cooked. You feel Nulla pull your hand, bringing your body closer to his. Instantly, his other hand begins to squeeze your... I knew it! Blocking the entry of air into your lungs. I guess we're dead. Oh. Do you? Do you? I see you, he says. Aw, really? You see me? Aw. Your vision completely blurs, Nulla lets you go. So this is nothing more than a puppet. I apologize for my behavior, but I didn't think I would be facing someone from the upper plane. The what? Ooh, there's a heart. You are adorable. If I kill the puppet, maybe I can get you out of it. And I'll be able to escape, to exit this loop. A time loop. Don't move, please. It will only be a second. I don't think that's a good idea. Nulla doesn't let you speak. In a moment, he has you in his arms again, and one of his hands rests upon your chest. I'll remove your essence, and with that, I'll be able to get you out of there. I'm scared. Won't hurt. At least not for you, L. I can't say the same for the puppet. You feel how Nulla rips open your chest and it begins to extract something from inside. It hurts. It hurts so much. Your sight begins to blur. Oh shit. Hey, what's going on? No. No. Scared. It's not fair. Bad end. Okay. Yep. So apparently I suck at visual novels. So apparently I suck. But whatever. Let's just go back in. Let's open my eyes again. We're on the table. Wait, hold up. He's over here. I love how perplexed he looks here. He looks very silly. And then he looks very amused. I like this guy. I really like this guy. Dude, Toon, you're acting as if every time you've played Killer Chat, you didn't immediately get a bad ending. Wait, never mind. You did. No, wait. Yeah, you did get a bad ending. Ha! For both V and Ronin. Ha! Anyway. Okay. Let's save here already. Yep. Let's... I don't think trying to escape is a good idea. Like, something about that option tells me it is not safe to do. Like, I like how they draw the eyes. That is true. I really like how they draw the eyes. Let's just ask again. What? I did not even click skip. Okay, whatever. My name is L. Okay, let's try to look away this time. You look away, unable to bear the way Nulla's eyes make holes in your head. Your eyes travel to where your hands are connected. You're the first to let go, causing Nulla to snicker. I guess the mother gave you life and didn't explain anything to you. How negligent on her part. You'll have to help in the hotel today. Hotel? You'll serve as a waiter in the dining room. Some symbols are coming to my hotel today for a meeting. If you tend to them well, maybe they'll take you on as an apprentice. But for now, you're just a toy. So be careful. Yeah, this is, the entity that calls himself Null touches your forehead and you feel invisible hands grab your lips to push you down once more. And with this, the floor swallows you in total blackness. Don't be scared. We'll arrive at our destination soon. What hotel? What hotel? Despite not seeing anything, you feel like you're floating in a void. Out of nowhere, a strange pressure is exerted on your body, giving you the sensation that you're falling. And sure enough, you fall on your hands atop a cold floor. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cook. You look around and your surroundings have changed. You no longer find yourself in the same kitchen as before. Now it's a larger one, similar to the kitchens that are in restaurants. We've arrived. You look up to find Nulla, who's standing next to you, but he doesn't look at you. Beyond, near the knives, there's a strange-looking person. Nulla looks at him. Oh god, hey babes. What? Yo. Look at this guy. Is that a mask? Yo. I like this guy. The strange-looking man jumps upon hearing Nulla. When you look more closely, you realize that he's wearing a mask that prevents you from seeing his features. Mr. Nulla. I thought you wouldn't come today. He doesn't sound very happy with Nulla's arrival. I had a little problem. Does it have to do with a smelly creature next to... Excuse me. Smelly? You tilt your head slightly to verify his statement, finding that you don't even smell like anything at all. Something like that. Mr. Nulla, that thing smells like a human. I have to return them to the warehouse. Oh, he's crazy, alright. You should check your sense of smell, Fames. It's getting worse. This is the new toy that Mother has sent to entertain the symbols. But the last one was completely broken by... Fuck, I don't know how to say this. Is this... what, like, I feel like this looks Chinese, but at the same time it doesn't, so I don't know how to say this. Should I look up how to say that? I don't like fucking up pronunciations. Hold up. I'm going to try to search it up. Because I would rather know... I would rather say things correctly than just fuck it up the entire time. Do I say this? Maybe I should have searched up how to pronounce names first. Okay. Detected to be Latin.
Quinque.
Quinque? I guess. You know what? Fine. Yeah, we'll go with that. But the last one's completely broken by Quinque. Thought you and Mother had agreed that no more would be made. That was because Quinque is an animal. He doesn't take care of things. But I guess Mother can't leave Septim without his weekly meal. What? What are they talking about? They're saying everything and I know nothing. It's obvious you're burned by the favoritism. In a way, you feel like you're the third wheel of the conversation. I do. It's not like you have much to contribute either. Anyway, I have faith in this creation. There's something different about it. Different from the others. The only difference is that it reeks of human. Maybe the 7 of them will like that. Fames leaves to go and search for a plate. When he returns, you can appreciate what's on it. Nala does the same from his side. It's meat. Okay, it's meat. Yo, Art. Nala looks at Fames with a smug face. If you allow them to attend to the symbols, maybe you'll save some of your employees from losing their lives. Lately, the symbols have been very displeased. My guy has nothing to say. Okay, you win. Now please stop interrupting my work. Okay, man. Nala detaches himself from Fames and begins to walk towards the door that appears to be the exit from the kitchen. I'll see you later. You're in charge of Fames. Adios. Oh shit. What an idiot. Fine. I need you to attend to the symbols that will be arriving shortly. Meanwhile, prepare the table for them. Oh wait, I just noticed that guy has a tail. Yo. Okay. Fames shows you the plate where the symbols will sit and explains that they're separated from the normal public because they have important topics to discuss amongst themselves. Fames has also instructed you that the food must be set on the table before they arrive. You are now unsupervised. Oh shit. No, we are playing obedient right now because we have been instructed to act natural, so we're going to do what they ask. You shouldn't risk escaping. It's better to do what they ask for and act normally. See, that's what I said. He set the table very carefully. From time to time, Fames passes by in order to inspect how it's going for you. Once he considers that you've finished setting the table, he calls you to the kitchen. Fames explains that you have to place the starter dishes and then wait for the symbols to arrive. While he prepares the dishes, he informs you that only 5 of the symbols will be coming today. Only 5? Where did the other 2 go? Each one has an intimidating aura and are very prone to responding immeasurably to his workers if they don't like something. Oh no. Especially, he has those 2 eyes that follow you everywhere. I heard that he took those eyes from Quator in his fight. Oh shit. I hate that brat. Once Fames finishes preparing the starters, he leaves them on the counter and reluctantly wishes you good luck. There are 5 dishes, but due to your lack of extra hands, you only take 2. A plate in each hand. Okay, I'm scared. You walk the same route you've been taking, but upon approaching the table, you notice that something isn't right. It's not empty. Oh shit! You almost dropped your plates from the shock. There are 2 people comfortably sitting at the table that's supposed to be for the symbols. They gaze at you. The blonde with the ridiculous crown. The ridiculous crown. Looks at you expectantly while the redhead smiles at you from ear to ear. His teeth remind you of a shark's. Oh shit. Ooh, this guy has they call this black stained hands. There's a moment in which none of the 3 of you takes the initiative or reacts. But they don't appear nervous. What's more, they're waiting for your reaction so they can continue with their business. OMG, more hot people. I knew it. It's a fourth wall breaking game. Introduce yourself as the player, ask them to leave. I think these 2 are one of the symbols. This is how I think the symbols would look anyway. So I'm not gonna ask them to leave. I will go for the dangerous route later. For now, let's go something simple. Introduce yourself. What the? Did it? Wait. Okay, there we go. Introduce yourself. You suppose these must be the symbols that Nala and Fames have been talking about. In a way, it's difficult for you to imagine that they could take the life of a worker since they look rather friendly. Looks deceive, man. So not to tempt fate by making them wait, you decide to present yourself. My name is Elle. I'll be assisting you today. The redhead glances at the blonde with a toothy smile, but the blonde only looks at you. In a certain way, it makes you feel nervous in your stomach. Oh, the fit, bro. Hey, Septum. This is not a worker. The Big Mother's gift. It's similar to the previous one, but better. The eyes. It's the eyes they have, and the smell they emanate. Wow! It looks like Mother is making them similar to humans now. Oh my god. Indeed. They're both just staring at me, man. I'm scared. I'm scared, man. Okay, man. You don't know how to answer that, so you decide to look beyond the table, and you realize that Nala is watching you with an intense gaze. Can I be the first to use them? Must wait for the others. They said they'd be late because Quinkle was throwing a tantrum. You have to wait at least an hour. There's an awkward silence before the blonde breaks it. Between you and Quinkle, I don't know who's worse. The redhead narrows his eyes, looking at the blonde with anger, but doesn't say or refute anything. Instead, he chooses to look at you, and crossing his arms, he says, "We can make the most out of our time and start, so that when the others arrive, we'll already be ready. Besides, I never get the essence, only the trashy parts. What would I gain if we started earlier? You always complain that they break it too quickly. Besides, the time you take when it's your turn is eternal." Wator said it's because you like to talk to the gift before devouring its essence. You're very strange. It's none of your business. You wouldn't understand anyway. I know. How about we make the most of our time and do that thing you do with the gift? I don't. This guy scares me. Talk to the gift? You would have to steal the table. Call Nala to do it. Nala. Ding! In the blink of an eye, Nala materializes next to you with his gaze fixed on the blonde. His Holiness Septim. The tone used by Nala to the blonde, Septim, was a totally surly one, as if he had an aversion just to naming the blonde's title. Need something? I want you to seal the table for a while. Hey, but I don't want you listening in to what I talk about with the gift. I want privacy. What do you propose? You could let the gift choose and summon one of your names. You assume they're talking about you. You look directly into Nala's eyes and feel how he stares at you, implicitly commanding you not to refuse. Oh, we've never done this before. Sounds interesting. Well, who do you choose? Oh shit, I can choose who to talk to. Okay. Okay. I like Nala. Septim is very mysterious. I'm not sure what to think of him. The redhead scares me, that's for sure. But at the same time, it's the fact that he scares me that intrigues me. Toon, we're going different routes anyways. We're gonna choose the others later. Don't worry about it. I think that we're gonna go for the one who scares me first. The redhead. Well, you've done well. Now comes the hard part. If you want to survive by the time the meeting begins, you must get yourself accepted as an apprentice. Fuck. I'm cooked. Otherwise, your puppet's body will be devoured. Hey, I almost forgot to tell you my name. Oh my god, it's... Oh no. This is the guy Fames was talking about. The name's... Oh no. Well, you can seal the table now. In a matter of seconds, Septim and Nala disappear from sight, leaving you with only Onam at the table. He gestures to you, indicating that you can take a seat in front of him. You should think about it a little. If I want to be an apprentice, then I have to be obedient, no? So I'm gonna obey. Okay, you don't really want to die. Call it instinct or whatever, but you're not going to sit idly by and wait for your end to come. And if licking this clown's boots will give you the chance to get out, then you'll take it. You could be in a worse situation, so sitting for a while wouldn't hurt. After all, your legs ache a little from walking around so much. You sit down in front of Unam, who smiles at you from ear to ear, happy that you listen to him without much complaint. Oh, I'm scared. When you settle on the chair, you realize, well, you're not sure what to do or say, or what not to say. So you have three options. Hello, chat. By the way, there's four of you. Oh my gosh. Hi. I don't know if this counts as going for a route because it gave me the choice to pick between three of the characters so far, so I'm assuming I'm going for this guy's route right now. I feel like he seems like the type of guy who likes to talk about himself, but at the same time needs to be prompted to talk about himself. I'm kind of terrified, I should say. I will start yapping. Without giving the matter any further thought, you decide to start yapping about your new hyperfixation. Is this really the smart choice? Is it really? Like, I don't know, something... You tell him everything without much shame, since you decided to leave that behind when you agreed to download this game. Shit. From the most minuscule and far-fetched info, to the most disturbing and spicy. You're talking a mile a minute without realizing it. You think it's like you're chatting with a friend who shares your strange tastes. But so far you don't dare to look at his reaction. It reaches a point where you chatter so much that you think your tongue is going to get tangled. That's when you decide to take a breath and shut your mouth. In fear, you look up to see Onam's reaction. Scared. He looks at you with his mouth open, most fascinated. Noticing your silence, he speaks. Come on, El, continue. You didn't expect that reaction, but it meant that you're doing well. And maybe you'll end up turning Onam into another fan of your hyperfixation, if you haven't already done it. Doesn't sound bad at all. After talking endlessly about your hyperfixation, you find yourself with nothing left to say. Onam looks at you for a while. Onam waits a long time before starting to cut the piece of meat you brought earlier, which must surely already be cold. The shark tooth. Slowly he brings it to his mouth. Be my test subject. You have no choice but to accept being his test subject, but you don't know whether to trust him or not. So far he's done nothing but take everything lightly. What guarantees do you have that he's not deceiving you? Exactly. Do you accept? I need you to respond quickly before Septim asks to remove the seal. If you accept, I'll take you to my domain. Something tells me I don't trust this guy, which, to be fair, I don't think I should trust anyone. I'm so in love with this guy, says Olok Tuntun. Of course you are. You like these kinds of weird, very overly enthusiastic, untrustworthy guys. Let's accept. Alright, I'll go with you. Oh shit, I'm scared. I promise not to break you too quickly. You really have no idea what the hell you've gotten yourself into. Maybe Septem would have been the better choice. I'm gonna go with him next, actually. I'm gonna, like... I'll do Nola last. Save the best for last. Alright. When Nola removes the seal, you must stay completely still. You nod your head. Not even 3 seconds pass when you feel a strange pressure in your body. You assume it must be Nola. Bling! Nola and Septim materialize right where you last saw them. Nola standing next to the table and Septim sitting beside Onam, as if they had always been there. I'm kind of scared, man. Wow, I didn't think the gift would come out in one piece. Septim is interrupted by Onam, who lunges at you. You spoke too soon, man. If it weren't for Onam's speed, you surely would have moved to avoid him. But since your reflexes are slower in comparison, you remain still as stone. Onam's arms wrap around you, taking your breath away with how tightly he's squeezing you. What the? Suddenly, you stop hearing Septim's voice and the ambient noise of the dining room. So, we're cooked? Apparently? The sensation of hands caressing your face invites you to leave your subconscious. Whoa! It's pink. You try to open your eyes, but the light of the place is preventing you. It's bothersome. You don't know how long you've been unconscious. You feel the same hands giving you gentle pats on the cheeks, each one getting rougher as the seconds pass. I think he's trying to slap me awake. One strong enough to hurt makes you scream. You open your eyes abruptly, and the first thing you see is Unum with his stupid grin. Ugh, look at this guy. His smile infuriates me. Stop it already! You scream with so much anger that Unum stops abruptly and looks at you with wide eyes. You have pain receptors. Excellent. It seems the smell you emit is correct. You belong to the human race. That's scary. Unum's expression shows how exalted he is, which you don't like very much, because you know from your own experience that it doesn't lead to anything good. You decide it's better not to let him get more excited than necessary, so you ignore him to observe your surroundings. You find yourself in a bed spacious enough for two people, in a room that, to be honest, could belong to a king. The outdoors looks very distorted. Like, it looks like, what do you call this? It looks like it looks like it has a hold up. Hold up. Trust me, I know the word. Give me a moment. I know the word. It looks like if you hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. It kind of looks like if you took a picture and then you put on like a hard mix filter on it, or like vivid light, and just like fucked around with the colors a little bit. That's what it looks like. Why did I have to specify that? Like, if nobody cares. The place is so immaculate that it doesn't look real. Yep, that does not look real. You like it? This will be your own room. Really? I was thinking about it, and I suppose it would be impossible to leave you in the residence of my wives. Plural? They would devour you as soon as you stepped foot into the place. Wives? Not just one, but more? You can't help but feel pity for the poor women who have this brat as their partner. Yeah, I pity them. You feel that he probably doesn't dedicate enough time to each of them. I spoke with Septim, and Nella told him that Mother will make another gift so that everyone can have their share. That means you are my property now. This is the first time I have a living human in my domain. Yeah. Huh. We should ask. We should ask something. Not sure what, but we should ask something. Ask. I don't want to ask about Mother. I feel like asking about Mother is a bad decision. Because if I ask about Mother, it feels like I'm asking too much. Therefore, I will not be asking about Mother. Let's just ask why he can't have living humans. Why can't there be living humans in your domain? Venom analyzes your face for a moment before answering, as if contemplating what kind of information he will reveal to you. Nola and Mother say that there can only be humans for our consumption. Nola excuses himself by saying he can't provide any since we can only have 6 humans each month. No more than that. That's why Mother makes a gift every Sunday, as a placebo, since human flesh is vital for a physical form, but very addictive. You are the placebo. Although it's the first time a gift smells like a real human. I had the choice to ask about Mother, but I'm not sure if I should ask about Mother. It seems like a trick choice in a way. Like, if I ask about Mother, it's gonna get me killed. But at the same time, why would I not ask about Mother? Right? Let's ask about Mother. Who is Mother? Huh. Mother really hasn't made you like the others. Unum ponders before answering. Mother is the embodiment of the garden itself. All of this is Mother. Mother takes care of us, and we keep her alive. You suppose you now understand a bit more. It's like a mutualistic relationship. Both parties benefit. Well, you must be hungry. I read somewhere that humans have meal times and eat more than once a day. Although, Septem does it all the time too. When I've been in his domain, he sits at the table in the mornings, afternoons, and nights to eat. I've asked why he does it, but he always tells me it's none of my business. Nala also does it sometimes. Maybe that's why they're both so strong. I don't need it, but maybe I'll even try it now that you're here with me. For some reason, it feels kind of endearing that he talks to you so freely, like an old friend. And the fact that he's been reading information about humans makes you wonder how long has he has been planning to have one. I really don't trust this guy. It makes you feel like a pet that its owner talks to after getting home from work. That's that is the best way you can put it. Yep. Walk behind me and don't stray. My wives like to come to my residence to relax. Escape seems not to be an option for now. You don't want to die, try it. He leaves the bed you're in and waits for you at the door. You get up and begin to follow Unum through the hallways. You walk so close to him that you're almost tripping on his heels. Ooh, pictures. They're so squished I can't really tell what these paintings are supposed to be. You're slow to reach the desired place under a silence that is neither comfortable nor uncomfortable. Cook something for two. You can use whatever you like. Everything here is edible. I don't know how to cook. Me too. Here's the problem. Me too. I'll wait for you in the dining room. The problem here, buddy, is I don't know how to cook. You look around as you inspect every corner of the place. There are cupboards, pantries filled with food, and a refrigerator full of meat, fruits, and vegetables. Very bountiful. You wonder why there's so much food if Unum said he doesn't need it. His wives. Maybe his wives eat these food. But then who cooks? Because he can't cook. Do the wives have to cook for themselves? Okay. I'm gonna go for a pacifist route for now. I'm gonna be, obedient and stuff. What would he like? With some shame, you move towards the door Unum disappeared through. You search carefully with your eyes. There's no one. What's happening? Unum asks, appearing behind you. You jump from the fright he caused you, but you compose yourself quickly. Is there anything in particular you want to eat? Unum looks at you as if he expected any question except the one that just came out of your mouth. I'll eat some things that are soft and spongy with a gold-colored liquid spilled on them. I would like to try them. Cheesecake? Sponge cake? It's a sort of cake, I think. No, wait, pancakes. He sounds a little embarrassed to say it. Okay, you think you know what he's referring to. Clearly, it's pancakes based on the given description. Yep, okay. You begin to prepare the pancakes under the curious gaze of Unum, who watches with fascination as you do the preparation. From time to time, you get the feeling that maybe he wants to help, but you decide to ignore him. Ooh, more paintings. You take the plates to the table and realize that, unlike the rest of the place, the table is small and simple, where only two people can fit. You sit down once Unum places the plate in front of you. He doesn't wait to start eating, opting to swallow the food as soon as it's put on the table. He devours everything quickly, making it impossible to tell if he liked it or not because his expression reflects nothing more than neutrality, as if the flavor or the food itself didn't interest him. Thanks for the meal. And that's the only feedback you get. God, you really tried hard. Okay, true to life. The only thing I know how to cook from... Not exactly just... The only thing I know how to cook is pancakes. That's a lie. That's one of the few things I know how to cook. I know how to cook eggs. Oh my gosh. This is so cooked. Sighing, you resign yourself to eating what's on your plate. You close your eyes as you put the first bite into your mouth. It's delicious. You eat slowly and without rushing. Bite after bite, you take pauses to breathe. But something's snagging at you. The feeling of being watched makes your stomach turn. Your eyes travel to where Unum is sitting and you confirm your suspicion. He's looking at you. It's fascinating. Your body changes all the time. It's never the same. From your breathing to your heartbeat. You don't like the way he's looking at you or the tone of his voice at all. What do you mean? I want to know more. Ah. Oh shit, I'm scared. You hear a crash of chairs being thrown to the floor. The wives. It's the wives. They've come to invade us. Oh shit, never mind. You're not able to process what's happening until your back hits the wall and Unum grabs you by the collar of your clothes. Okay, so I'm going to die is what I'm understanding here. I'm going to die, I am cooked, and the run ends. You don't know how long I've waited for this opportunity. If I break your chest and remove any organ other than the heart or the brain, how long will it take for your body to shut down? I'm scared of this guy. I'm really scared of this guy. You have long lashes though. And if I remove your tongue, will you be able to keep eating or even speak? What level of damage does your body have in order to not be able to regenerate itself? What is the limit? You have to do something before this crazy man tears you apart. Oh my god, man. It's Joker. If I fight, he is obviously very strong. I am not gonna break free. I'm gonna die trying to fight. Begging for my life feels like he's gonna think it's funny and amusing. And that's gonna make him more curious. I should try to reason with him. You try to talk some sense into him. You tell him there are more interesting things human can do while alive. You tell him so many things erratically that you don't even process what kind of information or data about the human body you're throwing at him. But it seems to work. Because Unum just looks at you attentively. He no longer has that exalted expression from before. Without warning, Unum takes your arm with an unusual sense of delicacy. Sorry. Okay, so what I'm understanding about him is he likes it when you info dump. Unum looks at you, completely serious, as you squirm under his grip due to the strange shift in mood. His mouth is dangerously close to your arm, so close that you can feel the heat of his lips brush against your skin. You mentally prepare yourself for him to tear off the limb with his own teeth. Yep, cannibalism. I'm scared. Cannibalism it is. Well. Oh well. From here I can feel your heartbeat. Is this what they call a pulse? Awesome. That's freaky. I'm scared. Although, I don't like the substance you're releasing. It's all over your body now. Just like that, lets you go and you fall to the ground. Is he talking about blood? Sweat! Because I'm like nervous? Am I sweating nervously? Is that what's happening? You remain there, not moving a single muscle, staring at Unum in terror. Now I understand why Nulla avoids stressing humans. He puts both hands on his hips and sighs. Sorry, Elle, I didn't mean to scare you. It's just that, not having eaten at the hotel, I'm really hungry. He doesn't have to say it explicitly for you to know that he means he couldn't eat you in the hotel. And you assume that he couldn't eat the replacement that Mother gave to the others, probably because he was staying here with you. I've been waiting more than a week for the placebo, and there are 14 days until the next candle festival. Are you still hungry? But you just ate. He just ate something. How could he be hungry? The food I have doesn't take away my hunger, nor does it taste like anything. When I'm noticing the way you are silently asking the reason why he has food in his kitchen, clears his throat before responding with some shame. My wives, on the other hand, like to cook and I like to watch them do it, so I'm not complaining. So I was right, the wives do cook. While Unum speaks, you try to calm your nerves. Clearly the deity in front of you is unstable, or at least he becomes so when exalted. I'm curious about these wives. Are they... like... I don't think they're human. But clearly they're still putting the women in the kitchen, of course. This guy is not a feminist. That's a joke. But you have no choice but to continue and adapt to survive, since escape is not an option at this point. Although you would like to know what your true purpose is here. About becoming your test subject. We can talk about it tomorrow. No. You say oh wait, sorry. You say firmly you want to know if being his test subject will allow you to survive at the cost of your physical or mental health. In that case, you really hope that he just kills you once and for all. Then you can try to survive again with Septum or Nulla. You're really pushing this narrative of Nulla being like different from the rest. If I become your test subject, I need to know in advance what tests you will do. Oh, he seems uncomfortable. I like this expression. He looks silly. I read that humans can create something similar to what the creator made, but different. It's something progressive that doesn't go from nothing to everything instantly. You try to understand what he means, but nothing comes to mind because his explanation is somewhat vague. Unum, noticing your silence, looks away and you realize that his ears are red. You doubt it's from rage. Let's talk tomorrow. What is he talking about? I'll close the residence so that no one can enter. You're free to roam the place and do as you please. With that, Unum leaves you, disappearing from sight. What is he gonna do to me? I'm scared. He let me explore. I might as well go and explore then. No? The question being, is he omnipresent? Because if he is, then he'll know that if I do this, that if I'm finding something for self-defense, he'll know that I'm like wary, or he'll think that I'm dangerous or something, and he's gonna kill me or something. Investigating the room sounds very like a very bad idea, but he did say explore as you please. I'm gonna find something to defend first. I already have something in mind that could be used to attack Unum. Yep. You go back to the kitchen and look around the place for knives. Once you find them, you choose the biggest and sharpest one, and you keep it inside your clothes. You hope it can work against Unum. Let's walk the halls first. You walk through all the hallways that are available in the residence. There are a few windows, but no possibility of going out of them because they are barred. The hallways are full of paintings that focus on showing the human figure and their everyday life. He's a very curious guy. He's a very, very curious guy. If you were in a museum, it would be very interesting. But now it just makes you uncomfortable. So you focus on looking at everything but the paintings. For example, the doors. Many of the doors are blocked, so you can't venture beyond the hallways. Many of the rooms inside the residence are locked. No matter how hard you try, you can't open their doors. Although there are some that are open, they don't have anything interesting inside. You feel that at any moment you'll reach the room where Unum is, but this one looks different from the others. But when you try to open it, nothing happens. You can't go in. I guess I'm going to my room. You decide it's time to call it a day. Resting in the room Unum gave you doesn't seem like a bad idea. Tomorrow will be a new day. You lie in bed and try to fall asleep. It takes you a little, but in the end you manage to fall asleep. You don't dream about anything. Your eyes feel heavy when you open them. You feel like you haven't been able to rest at all. Not at all. You're finally awake. Your eyes focus upon hearing his voice. I got bed and breakfast. Oh my gosh. And an apple. Oh my gosh, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Whatever. And you find him sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at you with wide eyes. I made you morning food. Is this implying we don't know what this thing is? With a smile full of sharp teeth, Unum presents you with a tray of fruit and a poorly made copy of what you prepared yesterday. Oh. Unum looks proud to show off the breakfast, but the more you look at what he has in his hands, the more imperfections you see. You can tell he has no idea how to prepare food. But it's the fact that he tried. It's the fact that he made an effort to cook for us after he said that he doesn't know how to cook. Green flag exactly, Toon. Unum offers you the tray and you must make a decision. Come on, man, he's being nice. Why would we not eat it? You don't have the heart to reject him. With fear, you're prepared to eat what's on the tray. The fruit clearly won't taste bad. What Unum cooked, however, Regardless of how it tastes or looks, you're going to eat it. You try to put on your best face while you eat, but the taste of the stuff makes it difficult. But you have to, because Unum looks at you with a smile from ear to ear while you're eating. Just how bad does that taste? You remain in the room for a few minutes, Unum at the foot of the bed, and you looking through the barred window. Who? Who? Oh my god, there's more people, bro. Due came to visit. Who the hell is Due? You have no idea, but apparently Unum isn't capable of remaining silent for any stretch of time, and he has the need to explain himself whenever he can. He's just a talker, man. He's also not one to keep anything to himself. She passed me at the leftover placebo that Mother brought to the hotel, so we'll be able to carry out the experiment without problems. What is the experiment? I want to create a hybrid that... Oh well. Hybrid of what? A what? You jump out of bed from the sheer bizarreness of the situation. I've read that humans go through a cycle that keeps them constantly changing, and thanks to that, they're able— I knew it! They're able to produce offspring. And the result are beings that are not an exact copy of them. Unlike us. No matter how many times I try, our composition does not allow us to create descendants with our own. Then I started reading the documents that Septum has on humans. And there's a date of a birth that occurred on a Sunday. Son of Septum and a human. Septum has a human... Yeah, we're going with Septum next. Yeah. Unum approaches you so he can take your hands and cover them with his own, asking you to go along with it. You can't believe it. If you accept, I swear that I will take care of you and you will live with all possible comforts. Please. Okay. Okay, I did mention earlier that I wanted to go with a pacifist route. And being a pacifist means that I have to accept and become his, whatever, I don't know, man, spouse or whatever. The question now is, what is the child gonna be like, bro? Like, I'm terrified, man. Okay, I did save here, it should be fine. Go pacifist route, we're going to accept. You don't know what you're getting into, you have no idea what the procedure will be like. But under the promise that you can live, you will do anything. Okay, let's do it. Anna looks at you with his mouth open, processing what just came out of your mouth. And as if a light bulb went off inside his head, Anna suddenly grabs your cheeks and crushes his mouth against yours. Yay! Sorry. I don't know, this seems like an ideal scenario to me. Of course, it is to you. His hands begin to oh my fucking god. His hands begin to slowly move across your body from your cheeks down to your hips and thighs. Oh, oh, look at this, guys. He likes us. He loves us. Oh. I love you, he says. To me, who he just met like 1 day ago. We actually don't know it's 1 day ago, because again, we didn't know how long we were unconscious for, but... Wow, stop. He's going very fast, and not to invalidate the redhead's feelings or words, but you don't think he means it. I don't think so either. I think he's just doing it to flatter us. You know, to make us, you know, more comfortable. He's only known you for a few days. I really don't fucking believe this guy. I really don't. I really do not believe this guy. I've wanted you since I saw you at the hotel. I love you so much. No, the fuck you don't. Damn. He's crazy. But you like that. No comment. Do I? No comment. Then suddenly, Unum stops. Ah, shit. I forgot about consent. Yo, wait. He might actually be a green flag. He's crazy, but he knows consent. He understands the concept of consent. This might be a win. We're taking it. I think it's something important for you humans. Indeed, it is important. You have to give him points for keeping that in mind. True. Can we proceed? Ask what he means. You think you two are probably not thinking the same thing, so you decide to ask with some embarrassment. How will we do it? It's very easy. From what I read, Septim preferred to use this method. I must combine your soul with mine. Unum slowly Sorry. Unum slowly runs his hand across his chest. Is this like a... Whoa. Gently removes something shiny from it. It is a transparent sphere dripping with a gold-like liquid. How do I want to be able to, like, hide the dialogue box so I can see the full CG. But I don't know what to click to do that. But I don't know. He's beautiful. I have to place this inside your chest and then remove it. It's my essence, so we must do it carefully. He says, smiling tenderly. He looks so sweet. But I still don't trust him. It won't hurt. What? Yo, wait. I'm gonna try that later. But we're going to accept for now because again, we're going obedient pacifist route. But we're going to try to break it later. Because that seems like an interesting option. Hottest moment of my life for real. That you are crazy, man. You're sure? Yes, I consulted with STEM a while ago, and he said it's not, and she said it's not dangerous because it's just a small exchange that will combine both genes to form a new one. A demigod, descended from a symbol and a human. Although one of those words calm you down a little, there's something that has been bothering you from the beginning. The difference in the options is worrying me. Okay, it's either I can't or I don't want. I like the difference here. Personally, I can't get pregnant. Look at his face! I feel like he doesn't know what pregnancy is. I feel like he has no idea what I'm talking about. Unum looks at you strangely. Is that when female humans carry the baby? You nod your head and Unum does nothing but laugh. That won't be a problem. Whether you're biologically capable of carrying a baby or not, it won't matter because there's no need to use you as an oven. An oven? Did he just compare the pregnancy process to cooking in an oven? You don't know how to take that. You'll assume that you just let it go because he's a totally different entity than humans. That does remind me that in my country, there's like, at least from like how I grew up, they would use this story here in the Philippines, and like they would describe how the Christian God created humans as like baking in an oven, that he like tried to do it 3 times. He tried to do it 3 times and then he created the perfect human being, like baked just right. I don't know, that just reminded me of that. Sextum explained it to me, and it takes a long time. The offspring will be cultivated with the new essence that will be formed. It won't affect your body or mine. I trust this. After saying that, asks once more, and you, calmer, accept again. With the same sense of delicacy, Unum places the hand holding his essence on your chest and applies pressure. The place where he's pressing on you starts to feel hot, not to the point of burning or pain, but hot nonetheless, until something inside you opens, allowing Unum to pass through your chest. Ugh. Does it hurt? He asks, scared. He tries to remove his hand, but you stop him. No, but it feels strange. You've never heard that before? Dude, they taught us that at like our school, like at least from what I was taught. I don't know if you've ever I don't know if you've ever been taught that or if you just forgot, but I swear I've learned this story in like 1st grade. Yeah. Just a little more, hang in there. You both remain still for a long time, and you wonder how much longer it will take for the exchange of essences to end. Meanwhile, Unum observes your features with fascination. There's a moment where you feel like your chest starts to burn. It hurts a little, but you endure it. There, that's it. Unum removes his hand from your body with the previously gold-like colored essence, now taking on another color. Unum examines it before giving you a smile that shows all his teeth. With great care, he places the essence in your hands, extracting a large part of it to form two, one gold, and the one you have in your hands, a beautiful red color. Upon observing it for a long time, you notice how there's movements within the essence. Something is forming. Unum, for his part, places his essence back in his chest, guarding it. Oh, he calls it a baby. That's cute. He's even calling it a baby, man. I'll place the baby in a safe room. He warns you before taking the baby from your hands and carrying them out of the room. In a way, you feel this whole situation is bizarre. It is very bizarre. I don't feel it. It is very bizarre. Your body feels heavy as if you had run 4 kilometers without rest. It's strange, like he's taken out part of your body. An important part. But you're complete. There's nothing missing. If you want, you can rest here for a while, Unum says as he appears back in the room and settles into bed. You decide to lie down for a while, and without realizing it, you close your eyes for a moment. I like this guy, actually. You know what? Sorry, hi, Juno. We are playing visual novel. There's hot men. Sorry, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who are you? Sorry. Sorry. Who are you? Who are you? Are you Nola? Unsanctified food. Is it referring to the food that Onam gave us for breakfast? I see that you've eaten unsanctified food. Inside you, there's poison spreading little by little. Sorry, I can't control how my fruits are consumed. Onam is an idiot. Oh shit, it's the food we ate. It's the food we ate. It's over. You wake up suddenly, feeling a drop of cold sweat running down your neck. Oh my god, he's beautiful. He's actually beautiful. And the first thing you see is Unum looking at you closely, almost inspecting you. Your breathing is constant when you rest. Impressive. He's so silly. Honestly, you'd rather him make these kinds of comments than have him freak out for 5 minutes, wanting to break you into pieces to discover how your body works. Have you been watching me while I sleep? Yes? Is it forbidden to do so? No, but you stop when you feel your stomach turn. Something inside you burns. You get up quickly, thinking you'll throw up, but the only thing that comes out of your mouth are red petals mixed with blood. Oh, that's a bad thing. Oh my gosh, wait. 5 viewers. Hello, guys. What? You look closely at them. They seem to have a strange-looking symbol on them. What's that? You don't have time to think for a moment before a coughing attack stops you. This Hanahaki-ass situation, dude. Something scratches your throat. Hell? He's back. Don't tell me you gave them food. Wait, who is... Whoa. Whoa. Peak character design. Pause. Yo! I like this. Whoever you are, I like you. Your character design is awesome. I will draw you. This is a threat. Eliana? Okay, apparently that's their name. Wait. Onum. As I heard from Ignis and Solaris that you have been preparing food without doing the sanctification ritual. What? You have to call Sextem if you don't want this thing to die. Sextem is in the church. You're right. But what about Queen Claire? He's mad at me. I'm sure he'll come. but if he's mad at Unum, are you sure about that? You're not understanding anything. And your body doesn't ask for anything more than to expel what's in your throat. But even though you're coughing constantly, nothing comes out. Oh, I hate that. You're choking on the petals. And you can't take it anymore. Ah, careful! Blank. The woman tries to go towards you but can't catch you when you fall from the bed to the floor. Ugh. The fall is so strong that it makes your bones ache. Ugh. The air that enters your lungs is not enough to keep you conscious. You fall unconscious. You feel hands grab you by force, trying to pull you down. But something prevents you. And electricity runs through your body. Whoa! Who are you? Blue hair. Do you have pronouns? You open your eyes, but the light is too bright. You're going to die? Venom's voice is heard in the distance. This one dies and you blame me again. I already apologized. Only because Miss Ignis told you to. Whoa! Character design again. I like how the characters look in this game. He has fangs. He has fangs. Look at this guy. He's this a silly guy. The shouting is what brings you back to life. You open your eyes and the first thing you see is an unknown entity that has one hand holding you by the shoulders, the other hand carefully touching your stomach. How the hell did they eat something unpurified? Your stomach churns again as the entity's hand gently squeezes a specific area. You can't help but drop to the ground to expel more red petals. Look at him in the back. Look at him in the back. He looks so confused and concerned. He's so silly. I love this guy. Shit. Was it necessary to purify the food? Are you missing neurons or something? Tria has said 1,000,000 times what's happening to her fruits, and you have no idea. Your wives need to eat, and you have no idea. I don't know how to cook. You're the ones who cook. So I didn't know that you have to purify food. You are so fucking stupid. Oh my gosh. I love this guy. Your eyes can't stay open. Oh man. Are we cooked? I hope we're not cooked. Hold up, my mic fell. Hold up. My mic fell. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Alright, all is well. Hold up. Alright. You stop listening to what's happening and fall back into a deep sleep. Man, would it have made a difference if we didn't eat the breakfast? Like, I'm assuming this wouldn't happen, or Onum will take offense and he will like, eat my food, I cooked this for you, or something. Banger voice acting, oof, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing. The increase in temperature is what wakes you up. You feel a thick drop of sweat running down your forehead. You want to go back to sleep again, you're very tired. You should be grateful that this thing's biology and mine are very similar. Have you done this before? Of course. It can't be everywhere at once. There's always the chance that one of my children might eat a fruit that wasn't sanctified. You open your eyes to see what's happening, but the light is too bright. Oh! Klinka, it's working! Venom says it as if he can't believe it. Oh, you're the one we've been talking about since the very beginning. It's you. Klinka clicks his tongue, exasperated. Don't shout! We still need to extract the main rose. Fuck, there's a rose in my throat. In my lungs. Anahaki disease, bro. A strange sensation forms on the skin covering your abdomen. Something is pushing its way up from your stomach with urgency. It doesn't hurt, but it feels uncomfortable. Ugh. Spit it out here. Your vision is filled by a hand waiting with an open palm for something. And that something doesn't take long to arrive as you throw up a perfectly intact rose from your mouth. I feel like that would really, really hurt. It's disgusting, but judging by Klinka's face, he doesn't think the same. In fact, he looks completely indifferent, as if he doesn't care about holding a rose covered in saliva and gastric juices. As if he had done this countless times before. It's exactly the same. I really don't understand the difference between mine and Sextem's. Their biology is very similar. Yours don't think. Unum replies playfully. We need to... I feel like by the end of this, I'm gonna be so deep into this that I'm gonna draw like 1 million fan art of this Unum guy. You're the one who doesn't think. Yup, look at them. Yup, look at them. Hypothetical question, can I be in a throuple with these guys? What? Who said that? Quinka quickly stands up and grabs Unum by his clothes. The redhead just slaps down, playing Quinka's anger. I really like their character designs. It's just really, really good. If I hear you say that one more time, I swear I'll break that hybrid you're hiding. So he's aware. Oh, look at him. Look at him, man. His smile vanishes completely as he looks down at Quinka, utterly serious. Huh. And how do you know about them? I can hear another heartbeat inside these humans. Unum remained still, staring silently at Quinka. Whether due to the difficulty of holding his gaze against the sun or simple discomfort, Quinka clicks his tongue, letting go and pushing him away. I suppose Septum has already told you that I'll be the one making the change. Yes. Ooh! Holy character design. Holy. This is an artist's dream. I am the artist in question. Then, Unum smiles again. Do you want to see them? No thanks, I'll return to my domain. If you needed help in any unfamiliar situation, you could call me or Sextum. We're all aware about this. Without another word, Quinka leaves the room. Unum remains thoughtful for a moment before giving you a knowing look. Now comes the hard part. Cultivating a god. What? We have to cultivate this god until it's completely ready. But I'm going to need your help. I still don't understand how organic life goes through changes that allow it to grow and improve. I've never seen it with my own eyes, so I suppose you know a little more about this. You'll do whatever it takes to save your skin, and if that means playing happy family with the sun god, you'll do it without hesitation. Oh my god, man. Oh well. Yes, when was my last save? Let's go here, yeah. Yeah, count on me. You know what? Yeah, count on me. Unum smiles without showing his teeth. His expression is tender, nothing like the looks he used to give you. The day passes quickly, and incredibly, you find yourself accompanied by Unum and his wives. They're not gonna kill me, are they? Even though the heat is becoming increasingly hard to bear. It's nothing that can truly hurt you. A little heat doesn't kill anyone, right? Look around and see 3 pairs of eyes fixed on you. Eliana, Ignis, and Solaris. Even though they stare at you as if they wanted to devour you, they remain quite respectful and calm. Unlike Unum. Oh my gosh. Can we all be together? Are we allowed to all be together? Look at these guys. Whoa. This is Eliana. I don't know which one is Ignis and Solaris. This one's holding an apple. Unum asks his wives to show him how to purify food because according to him, both you and the baby should eat without worrying about poisoning from Tria. You have to bring your hands together around the fruit and you must sing to the essence of Tria. Sing? Without further explanation, Ignis starts singing in a language you do not understand. Both you and Unum stare in amazement as the fruit begins to glow. This might just be heaven. It's heaven for bisexuals, bro. Then, you witness a seal shattering in midair. When Tria's seal is broken, the fruit can be consumed. Maybe the little god doesn't face as mortal danger as El when eating unsanctified fruits, but the risk is always there. Maybe it's like us. Don't assume without knowing, dears. Today we'll cook, but starting tomorrow, you'll do it. You'll cook for everyone. For a moment you think she's talking to you, but then you realize that Eliana's eyes are fixed on Unum. Yay! Men in the kitchen. So pay attention after an intense cooking class. When you have to constantly redirect Unam's attention to the explanation, everyone gathers around the table. Then you all begin to eat. The atmosphere is cozy, even more so than your mind could imagine. And that scares you a little. Unam's wives talk a lot. Too much. So much that you struggle to follow them, though Unam doesn't. He pays attention to everything they say, occasionally asking questions but never interrupting. He's so... I don't know, man. That's why he was so fascinated when we kept talking earlier. Because his wives talk a lot. And he likes that. Oh, he's so... Okay, maybe I do trust this guy. I like this guy. You're speechless. Tomorrow we'll go with Due to check on Orion's belt. You're name dropping so many people and things. It's been a long time since you've been there. I don't like that Due refers to you by your assigned names. You're no longer her property. Yes, we are. So this is Solaris, this is Ignis. Unam, we've already talked about this. Unam lets out a sigh, clearly displeased and overwhelmed by the situation. I still don't understand how it doesn't bother you. You're free. You're no longer under anyone's command. That only applies when Due isn't around and we still have responsibilities. But you don't mind Unam. I like them so much, guys. Can we all be together, hold hands, and just kiss each other? Can we have that? Eliana takes Unam's hand tenderly, caressing the back of it with her thumb. Unam, on the other hand, swallows his words, choosing not to argue any further. By the time you're finished, Unam and you clear the dishes to wash them, while their wives say their goodbyes and wish you a good night. That is a good question, Lee. Do they have other names? Yes. Due gives them names when creating them. Usually, she just assigns a number, but if they're brilliant and perform well, Due names them with honors. What were they called? I feel like all these names are very purposeful. I feel like I need to search these up so that I get some more context. I'm putting them on my phone as a widget. You... Bro, okay, man. Wait a damn minute. Follower goal. Whoa. 10 followers. Whoa. Thank you, guys. What the freak? You know what? Yeah, thank you. The goal has been reached. Yay. I'm so curious what these names are. Because these are very purposeful naming. Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. These don't sound Latin, but I might be wrong. I'm searching them up right now. Oh, okay, so yeah, they are the stars from Orion's belt. Yo. So there's a lot of star stuff going on, and there's... Okay, this is interesting. That's interesting. Alright. They are beautiful names, but they're names that are under ownership. When they came with me, I asked them to choose their own names. I see. Your name, was it imposed on you? The name you gave me when you were with Nola. Does that count as imposed? The puppet is talking to me! The puppet is talking to me, that's The fourth wall breaks are really good. Damn, I understand why people like this game. This is so good. I don't know, man. You're a puppet. It gave me the choice to name you. I don't know, man. He changed the subject to avoid answering his question. You don't know if Unam catches the hint or not, but he plays along. Oh. Time passes as you discuss how to sanctify food, while Unam shows you what he learned with an apple. And incredibly, he managed to break the seal. He's so cute! With a smile revealing all his teeth, he offers it to you. Okay. This means it's sanctified now, right? This should not be a problem if I eat it, because it's sanctified now. Right? Right? You grab the apple and take a big bite. Fun fact, guys, I've never eaten a green apple in my life. After chewing, you smile, baring your teeth just as he does. Unum blushes and laughs heartily. He's so cute. He's so cute. He does no wrong. Eventually, you feel tired and Unum takes you to your room. Unum glances at you for a second while you're already under the sheets, then suddenly approaches. When you sleep, what does it feel like? It's a bit difficult to answer with his face so close to yours. How do you answer someone who can't or doesn't need to sleep? He's the type of guy who likes to listen to people talking, so let's explain in detail. Take a deep breath and begin explaining what it feels like to sleep. Why you must sleep, and what happens during sleep. You explain the existence of dreams, emphasizing that you don't always remember them. While you speak, you notice Unum reclining on the bed, watching you with his eyes wide open. His attention is entirely on you, catching every word you utter just as he did when his wives were talking at the table. He looks cute. Yes, he does. You know, look at this guy. He does no wrong. He does no wrong. He's beautiful. In a moment, Unum's expression shifts to one of distress. You think the baby can dream? He's so cute. I wish they could experience that. They will be able to, maybe. Technically, the baby is a hybrid, half human. So there is the possibility of it being able to dream? No? It sounds liberating. I think they will be able to dream. Wow! Do you really believe that? It's so cute. You nod and Unum pounces on you to give you a hug and a kiss. Oh, he's so cute. I'm so happy. It scares you a bit that he takes your words as absolute truth. He knows nothing, man. He doesn't know he exists. Unum clears his throat, a bit embarrassed by his remark. You should rest now. See you in a few hours. Good night. He kisses you on the forehead and leaves the room. You ponder for a long time over the conversation with Unum. The names here are important. More important than you thought. If Unum's wives belong to Due, then the symbols must also belong to someone. Could that someone be Septim? Maybe tomorrow you should ask why names are so important, and why Unum doesn't feel comfortable calling his wives by their original names. Little by little, your eyes begin to close, and you sink into a deep sleep. Wow. And we wake up. L! L! Oh no, the music. Two hands grab you by the shoulders, urgently shaking you. I went to check on the baby and there's something off about them. You have to blink a few times to fully wake up and understand what the redhead is saying. What? There's something off about the baby. Without another word, Unum grabs your hand and drags you out of the bed. Unum does his best to explain amid panic and nerves what's happening with the baby, but you don't understand anything. You just need 5 minutes of peace. Please. Just 5 minutes to ponder the choices that led you here. Why is it... Was it supposed to be blue? I don't remember it being blue. Is it normal for it to move so much? Why is he asking you this, knowing that neither of you has any idea how a baby created from a combination of souls develops? I don't know. Hasn't Sexam explained the development process of this thing to you? This thing? It's a baby! You don't know what makes the comment funnier, Unum's face, or the fact that the thing he's clearly pointing at isn't a baby. He's just a guy, bruh. It's a transparent mass that moves as if it were feeling discomfort. And you don't even know if it's capable of feeling anything yet. I think it needs to stabilize. We both have to take it. You hope that Sextem told him this and that he's not just making it up. As you approach, you feel an immense burst of heat, not as pleasant as the warmth radiating from Unum's body. No, this heat is unbearable. If it's unbearable. I mean, surely we won't die trying, like, surely not, no? Surely not. Together with Unum, you both place your hands on the mass. You feel a tingling in your arm, fingers and arm, but it doesn't hurt or burn. So, this is like the birth of a star. Birth of a star? You're unable to answer Unum as a flash clouds your eyes. It's so bright that you have to shut them tightly to avoid blindness. An intense heat surrounds and embraces you, as if the sun's rays were piercing your skin, softly kissing you for an extended time. Then the glow ceases. What the f... We're having twins, bro. So I need 5 minutes to ponder the choices that led me here. Oh my gosh. When you open your eyes, Unum shouts, "Did it split?" Indeed, the mass is no longer one but two. You hear the door slam open. "My Lady Due, you cannot enter this room without notifying us." Whoa! Twin reveal. Okay. I just want to appreciate the character designs, like, for a second here. All of it is so good. I love this. I love this. Like, yo. I don't want you to speak, I'll attack. Eliana grimaces in pain, her lips pressed tightly shut. Unum turns to Due, entering through the room, followed by Eliana. "You don't have permission to give orders in my domain. Give her voice back right now." Oh, she took the voice. That's some Ursula shit. After this. Due ignores the order, moving closer to you. "I must assist in the birth of these binary stars." But oh my gosh, I know this, guys. Do you guys know what binary stars is? I know this because I had a whole phase where I like stars, right? Binary stars are like twin stars, right? They're, if I remember correctly, they're bound together. They with gravity. They like orbit around each other, I guess, because they're bound together by gravity. I guess. No. Do they orbit around each other? I don't remember. I think they do. But yeah, yeah, they're twin stars. fucking, I'm a fucking nerd, dude. Anyway, they aren't yours. Septim has ordered me to assist with whatever is needed, and my assistance is needed now. You're not qualified for this. Unum doesn't get a chance to retort as Due adds, her voice laced with venom. You're very egocentric, especially since those around you are even better than you. Stronger and larger. But not suitable for giving space to organic life. Huh. Due pulls her hand away from the mass and asks Unum for space so that she can do her work. Whoa! Reluctantly, Unum takes a few steps back with you, and when he deems the distance safe, he moves in front of you, covering your body with his own. You assume it must be for protection. Oh my gosh, bro. Holy. Due places both hands on each of the masses, and with one swift pull, a glow far brighter than before emerges. Unum covers your eyes with his arm. A deathly silence follows, and the room's temperature becomes unbearable. And a baby's cry shatters the silence, followed by a much weaker one. What is this? Like a fisherman, Due holds two creatures by their feet. By their feet, dude! Be at least a little gentle, man. And both cry because of the position they're in. No shit, dude. You don't hold babies like that. You feel yourself sweating and your vision starts to blur. The hot air only deepens your desperation with each passing second. That's not how you hold them, you brute. Oh, there's twin babies. There's twin babies, bro. I'm a father of twins. Stunned, Due passes the two entities into Unum's arms. He holds them the way one should hold human babies. Is this a human? No, they're hybrids. Thought a god ready to claim their rank would emerge. Not this. That doesn't matter. You will have a god ready after a while. Suppose Septim knows you're playing at being human. Due watches the small entities in Unum's arms. The atmosphere is tense. They're yours. You need to give them names. Now. I can't take it anymore, and Unum seems to notice how unwell you are. With a hint of nerves in his voice, he asks you to step out of the room for a moment. He gestures for you to step out into the garden for some fresh air. I would appreciate that. And you do so without a word of protest. Garden! You trudge towards the door leading to the garden and sit down on one of the nearby benches. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Here, the air is fresh, and you don't feel your lungs burning as you breathe in. You glance at your hands and something starts to worry you. It's not their color, since Septim also bears those marks. No, what worries you is that you've begun to feel less than them. You have no sensation in your fingertips. The sensitivity in that area is almost non-existent. Although you can move your fingers, something inside tells you that sooner or later you'll lose that ability. If you tell Unam about this, will he be able to help you? Honestly, Unam doesn't seem so frightening now, but you suspect it's because you've been with him for a while, and perhaps you've grown accustomed to his odd presence and personality. He's not bad, just peculiar, and a bit violent when he's hungry. Could it be viable for you to stay here? If you try to escape, will you have any other option to survive? Oh shit. But I like him, and I have babies with him. Whatever, man. Again, I did mention I was gonna go for a more pacifist route. Let's try to stay with him for now. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time they put the escape option as the top option, which is interesting. I don't know if that means something, or if they just did that, but I'm going to stay. Yes, it's the best of your possible options. You don't know what's beyond this garden, nor what the world or society out there is like. To top it all off, according to what you've seen and heard, you smell like a human, and that's not good for you. You're an easy target. Who are you? You already have permission to be outside. It's you! What are you doing here? You lift your gaze and see Septim standing next to you, looking over your shoulder. Yeah, we do. Unam asked me to go out for some air. The room we were in wasn't very pleasant, too much heat. I imagine humans can't withstand the power of so many stars for very long, let alone newly formed stars. If you hadn't gone out, you'd probably be dead by now. You want to ask if he's come to see the hybrids, but you're afraid of how he might react. His sprites are so funny. Look at this guy. Let's go see them. Unam's hybrids? They're yours too. Yeah, you know what? Let's go see them. The walk back is awkward. Septim makes no effort to engage in the conversation, and you're sure that if you speak first without his permission, he'll get angry. Yeah, he kind of scares me. How calm he is what scares me. Inside Unam's residence, you encounter his wives, who are outside the room. Noticing Septim's presence, all three lower their heads in greeting. Oh, he's also calling them by those names. Unattack, has the situation stabilized? Eliana remains silent, and Septim appears to understand why as he gestures with his hands. Her lips relax, and she replies. Lady Doi has stabilized the new stars. It is now safe for El. Okay, good. Let's go, I guess. The door to the room opens by itself, and Septim makes his way through. Due, Unum, I remind you that it is crucial for El to be present at the most critical moments. I will not tolerate them being taken away from them again. You intrigue me. Septim, you intrigue me. Like, I don't know if I trust you. I also don't know if I don't trust you. You scare me. Due straightens immediately, like a low-ranking soldier, standing at attention before their general. So clearly, Septim holds a lot of power in this hierarchy of entities or whatever. Septim, my apologies. I asked them to leave because the energy in this room is too condensed. I know, but I need El to observe the development of both gods. Are they stable yet? Yes. Okay. Due, we're leaving now. Unam? Yeah. I want an audience with you tonight. Oh! Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Septum exits the room with a quick look in your direction. Unum doesn't move until he senses that both symbols are far away. Then he smiles. Look! Okay, man. Comes towards you holding both creatures in his arms. They have a pulse, just like you. Though their heart rate is very different from yours. They're so cute! You still can't hold them, their bodies are still too warm. You could burn your hands. Oh. Well, you'd have to be content with just watching them closely. As you lean in, you once again notice the heat radiating from both babies' bodies. What are their names? I'd like to wait until they're old enough to choose their own names. Aww. She has a thing for just letting, like, individuals choose their own names. Unum, were you able to choose your own name? I'm on to you, buddy. I'm on to you. Why? I want them to be free. Let them do as they please until Unum cuts himself off before finishing the sentence. And then he laughs nervously. Septum said they'll grow fast. Maybe tomorrow they won't be this little. You two spend most of your time taking care of the babies. Well, you instruct Unum how to take care of them as you still can't touch them. And you confirmed it yourself when you tried to touch one of their cheeks. You burned your hand. Unum almost calls Quinque to come and heal you, but you've told him it's not necessary. When night falls, Unum excuses himself, saying he must do something important, and he takes both babies with him. He asks you to rest and sleep so that you'll have all the energy you need tomorrow. So, you rest. I wonder what happened if he would have escaped, like, in the garden. You dream. I dream? For the first time? For the first time in your short existence in this small world, you dream. Well, you were in a dark place, and you hear a voice, but you can't make out what it's saying. You don't know how or when, but it's already the next day. What the fuck happened to my hands? And the first thing you see when you open your hands, when you open your eyes, is your hands. Bruh. Boing, we're back. Oh shit, man. The darkness has devoured more skin. That is not concerning in the slightest. Hold up. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the second thing your eye spot is Unum laying next to you, watching you intently. You're an amazing creature. Okay, man. I never thought I could be the husband of a human. Husband? How many steps has this man skipped? Since when does he think that you are in a relationship? Is it like that with all the symbols? Or is it just Unum who has no idea how relationships work? You let out a laugh at how strange it is to be in this relationship. Unum looks at you confused. Yeah, do you want to be my husband? I knew it. Aren't we already? You can't help but let a laugh from your throat. But you've even had children, and you live with me. According to what I've read, that's more than enough to call us spouses. Let out another laugh. Don't laugh. Alright. I don't know how relationships work among the garden people, but we humans need time and agreements before we can earn that title. Oh, could you explain it to me? There's no book here that explains that to you. You have trouble explaining to Unum what it takes to become your husband, although you emphasize that it's different for everyone. If I try, could I be your husband? If he tries, yes. Unum smiles, baring all his teeth triumphantly. I wanted to show you the rest of my domain today, but Septim said it's dangerous for you to go out. So we'll have to stay in the temple until the stars have grown. I don't want to miss a thing. Not a single moment of their development. He's so... How long has he been preparing to be a father? Are you excited? Of course! Besides, I have you by my side, which makes it even better. We're like the families that Sextum loved to watch grow. Oh, we could invite her when she finishes her prayers. Onum gets out of bed and looks at you excitedly. The girls. The girls. Is he talking about his wives? That's so... Like, oh yeah, the girls. The girls are taking care of them while we make breakfast. Wow. It seems that Unum is taking Ileana's words seriously. Incredible. Incredible indeed. He is really cooking. You walk to the kitchen and Unum performs the sanctification ritual before starting to prepare breakfast. You help him with some tasks, but he does most of the work, precisely replicating what the girls prepared the day before. And after a while of cooking, breakfast is ready. Puffing out his chest, Unum looks at the result with pride. But instantly he deflates like a balloon. Why? I miss watching my wives cook. He's so... He's so silly, man. See, you did quite well. Solaris enters through the door with a half smile. Seems that now you'll be the one in charge of cooking, dear. Oh no. I guess he's the cook of the house now. Only if you join me. I'll think about it. Do you need help setting the table? Yes, please. He's so silly, man. Oh wait, what was that? It's strange. This is totally strange. You never imagined that living with them would be so normal. Where did that Unum, so overexcited about everything, go? The one who used to try to attack you at the slightest reaction of your body? What's the catch? Could it be that they'll end up eating you? After all, they're entities that eat human flesh. Are you really playing at being a happy family? Yes. Can human babies eat at the table? What? Honestly, I can't imagine them sitting at the table with a fork and a knife in their hands. Their hands are very small and they don't have much coordination with them. Well, they have no coordination at all. You take a deep breath before answering and you remember that Unum is an entity completely opposite to you. Who only knows about humans from what he's read. And God knows what he's been reading. The days pass quickly, faster than you'd care to admit. With Unum and his wives at home, there's never a moment when you're alone. There's always something to do, and it's always something pleasant. Well, not always. Can you peel this? I have to go ask Ignis something, of course. Well, when you take the knife and the fruit in your hand, you realize that perhaps not only is the color of your skin changing, but also the mobility, of your fingers. You find it hard to coordinate and apply pressure, but you can still do it. You're about to finish peeling when Unum appears behind you, placing his hands on your shoulders. Haha, you do it better than I do! And I knew it, we cut ourselves. And that's enough to distract you, causing you to cut the palm of your hand with the knife. Cut is deep, and blood flows out in concerning amounts. Then everything descends into chaos. You're thankful that Unum didn't rip your hand off in one bite. Let's be honest, you know that what he really wanted to do at that moment was to eat you whole. My exact thoughts, I know he would have eaten me. From head to toe. By the fourth day, little by little, you start opening up to each of Unum's wives. And like the redhead, they're eager to learn more about humans. Thanks to them, you discover that both babies need to be together. They are binary stars, which means they are permanently linked by a tail in an endless dance, Ignis once said. Although there is great concern on the girls' faces when they talk about it, every time you ask them why, they change the subject. On the fifth day, you discovered their original name, and if you focus your gaze on the children, you can see a tail. Sirius, that is the name they both share. Hold up. Sirius. Never mind, I cannot search it up right now. Ileana explained to you that this is because they're both born at the same time. But you shouldn't worry, because it's a name no one will use after both gods choose their own. You can't spend too much time with them in one room because their presence burns your skin and prevents you from breathing normally. At least now you can carry them for a short time, and you can't help but think they're cute. They both resemble Unum. They don't physically resemble you at all. And when you mention this to Unum, he just laughs. Yeah, they have his eyes. They have his eyes. Aw, that's cute. Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's so silly. You vividly remember the words that came from the sun god at that moment. They both share a heart and an essence similar to yours. And that is 1,000 times better than having an appearance similar to mine. Why? Because now I can feel your heart accompanied by 2 more melodies. That's so romantic, bruh. They are different, but theirs comes from yours. And together, they create the most beautiful symphony I've ever heard. You still can't believe Unum said that to you. Yep, I can. Every time you remember it, you feel your cheeks warm up. He's just a guy. On the 7th day, a Sunday, Septim comes to see your babies. He looks at them for just a second and then turns his gaze to you. Your hands. That's nothing. I'll find a solution for that. Without explanation, he leaves. I'm concerned, man. We have similar, we have similar problems with our hands, so I hope you do something about that. I sure hope you know what to do about that. Now that Septim mentioned it, Venom says as he approaches to inspect your hands. Your hands and arms have changed over time. What's wrong with them? I mean, the truth is, I don't know. Don't worry. Septim always keeps his word. Always. Hey. Yeah. Have been watching Sirius sleep. And I think they dream. They move and make gestures while they sleep. Just imagine what they dream about. Thank you so much for giving me this change. He just wants to be a father, bro. See, he just wants to be a father. You're truly the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Anum starts to move closer to wrap you in his arms. He's so tall and his build is so massive that you can't help but feel dwarfed in comparison. YN moment. His embrace is warm, yet the thought that he could rip a piece of your skin off with his teeth at any moment refuses to leave your mind. I really like having you here. I love your warmth, your scent, and your heartbeat. The fact that you're mortal and ever-changing. I don't think he loves me for who I am. I think he just likes the fact that I'm a human. Unum loosens his grip slightly to take one of your hands, and he inspects it while tracing the scab that has formed on you with his thumb. And how adaptable you are! I'm madly concerned. Will he freak out if I ask him to let me go? Like, is he gonna freak out? Is he gonna be like, oh no, did you do something wrong? Or is he gonna be like, how dare you say that to me? Let's gamble. Okay, I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared. Unum ignores you. Oh my god. Don't eat me, bro. Like, you can't do this to me, bro. Don't eat me, man. You also make me want to devour you. Remember that time you cut yourself peeling the fruit with a knife? It was terrible. If I didn't like you so much, I probably would have gutted you right then. What kind of comment is that? And what does he say it like it's a compliment? But don't worry, I'll take care of you. Okay, he promised me that I will live with all the comforts, right? He promised me that. I trust him that he is a man of his word. Without further explanation than a smile, Unum presses a kiss to your lips. Okay, man, whatever. Days pass and you find it hard to believe how quickly the children grow. You've gotten used to calling them the children instead of their original names. Now that they can walk, you spend most of your day in the garden with them, since it's still too dangerous to be indoors with them for long periods of time. The energy they release is very unstable and dangerous for a body like yours. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! They're adorable! Oh my gosh, they're adorable. Actually, oh, that's my children, alright? That's my children, alright? Mm-hmm. They, yes, they are my children. Oh, that's just, oh, oh, I love them. It's adorable to see them playing and interacting with each other, or with the girls. Oh, I've even started calling them the girls. Yeah, there's something that's been worrying you for a while. Yeah. Something that neither Unum nor the girls have shown any interest in explaining or discussing. So you assume it's normal, but it still worries you. And the more they grow, the more they tend to stick together, their tails entwined. They can spend entire days clinging to each other's tails. I feel like... Who would be more willing to tell me about that? That's the question. I feel like right now the girls still don't have the autonomy, like full autonomy over themselves, considering the whole thing that they have in Due or something. So, like, the closest thing I can get to an answer is Unum. You tell the children you're going to go inside for a second and that you'll be right back. You search for Unum in the temple hallways and find him in the kitchen with Solaris, who is advising him on how to improve his latest meal. Out of curiosity, you pause to listen to part of their conversation. You need to improve your singing, my son. If you sing off-key, it might even affect the taste. Oh, he can't sing for shit. Her voice wavers between laughter and tenderness, yet she can't help but let out a small chuckle at the end. Are you telling me I sing badly? Maybe. And that's all it takes for Solaris to burst out with a big laugh she's been holding back. Elle, do you think I do the chants badly? You jump a little. You can't believe how Unum detected you. It's not that you do them badly, it's just that you're off-key. It would be funny if I just said that he can't sing for shit. Yeah. Yes. Unum lets out a groan, defeated, while Solaris laughs even harder. Can I ask something? It's about the children. That alone is enough to get both of their attention back on you. And you don't need a verbal response, as they simply look at you waiting for your question. Is it normal for them to have their tails intertwined all the time? It's something binary stars do. Solaris knows more about it. We don't have tails, but according to what Due told us when we accompanied her to the birth of the binary stars, the union of both tails is their way of maintaining their gravitational balance. That's what I said. That's what I said. They orbit around each other. So it also works as a method of communication between two stars. Yes, exactly. Don't worry about it. It's normal. Okay. You spend the rest of the day resting with the girls while Unum takes care of the children. You're no longer afraid to leave them with him, as Unum has proven to be a very good caretaker, incredibly against all odds. Sunday arrives once again, and Septim appears once again. He's always here on Sundays. You don't like that you can't be present during the children's growth checkup, but Unum can, so you don't worry more than necessary, deciding to wait outside the room. About 30 minutes pass and they still hadn't come out. Nothing to worry about. After an hour passes, the girls arrive to keep you company. They say nothing, which makes you start to break into a cold sweat. Why are they here? Why do they look so tense? What if they don't pass the checkup? Be quiet, don't even think about it. I'm sorry. What do you mean? What will happen if they don't pass the checkup? Oh, you're about to panic and scream to ask what they mean when the door to the room opens. The two children come out and run toward you laughing, as if celebrating something you don't know about. Septim walks out with both arms behind his back, with Unum following behind him. They have their names now. All present, unam alnitak mintakan alnilam, must refer to them by these new names from now on. It is strictly forbidden to call them by their original name. An inexplicable pressure runs through your body from the tension in Unam's face. You know you're not the only one who felt it. And he chooses to call them that anyway. Serious, you may introduce yourselves. Oh, babies! Oh, my children. Look at my children. They're so... Aw. They're just babies, man. Oh my gosh, wait, yeah, I just realized they share a halo. Oh. My name is Nur, and I called Shams. It's so fucking cute. Oh, look at these children, bruh. I'm gonna squish them. Please Septim bids farewell in a monotone and distant voice, though his movements and expression maintain the elegant characteristic of his being. Why is he the only one allowed to refer them to their allowed to refer to them by their imposed names, and Unum isn't allowed to? You fear the reason behind such an order, but for now you can do nothing. Can we go to the garden to play? They just want to play, man. They're just, aww. Your attention shifts to the children who look at you pleadingly, their tails intertwined. You know, like, my paternal instincts say that yes, they should eat first. Like, you know, you need the energy. If you want to play, you need the energy to do so. And you're gonna get that energy by eating first. The the response you get is a chorus of childish tantrums. But they accept, realizing that they won't gain anything from it. Life here is not so bad. Will I have children if I like go with another route? Will the same thing happen where I have children with them also, or is this just, I don't know, man. Septim's words won't leave you alone. In every silence, in every pause, his voice echoes and lingers in your mind, reminding you that there's something deeper and far more troubling than just playing house with Unum and his wives. It couldn't all be so perfect. Septim must be pulling the strings of the sun symbol. You suppose you could ask what this is really all about. Sit down with Unum one day and have a serious talk about why he wanted descendants in the first place. But you're afraid of being disappointed by his answer. Afraid that Unum might be acting, that the fatherly image you have of him will shatter. But what hurts more is the thought that the children might just be pawns for some plan you don't understand. It hurts a little more than you're willing to admit. Yeah, like, these are my children as well. I deserve to know. I'm impressed. Really. Ignis' voice pulls you out of your dark thoughts. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my gosh. They're so silly. Oh my gosh, he has Unum's smile. The sharp teeth. They're just babies. They're just babies. She sits beside you, glass in hand, gazing towards the garden. She's watching every movement of the children, ready to intervene if needed. Shams and Noor are play fighting. At first you worry about them getting hurt, but soon you realize they come out completely unscathed after every match. Stars that change and grow over time. I never would have imagined it. She turns her head toward you. It's a pity you can't see her expression. The mask she wears hides her face entirely. They've grown 3 more centimeters today, and Shams has gained more body mass. Her voice is warm, almost tender. It carries the tone of someone who's proud of her children. Aww. Are there any children in the garden? Offspring like yours? Offspring of the subjects? No. They're counterproductive to the maintenance of each domain. A distraction from our duties. The only subjects allowed to have offspring were those of Lady Sextem. Ignis tightens her grip on the glass. For a moment you think it might shatter. I must take my leave. It's time for you to return to Unum's residence. No, I can't stand your scent any longer. You know she doesn't mean it with disdain, but it still stings. Unum explained it to you before and you've already half guessed it. Your flesh, your body, is like a fine delicacy to them, whether you're a human from another world or something crafted from the garden. Something they can eat, but are forbidden to taste. Those resources are reserved exclusively for the symbols, the main source of energy for the higher ranks, and an untouchable delicacy for the servants of each domain. There's no point in dwelling on it. It might be a coveted dish for the garden's inhabitants, even what was that? Even for those who share roof with you. Both Unum and his wives see you as potential food, but you can tell they really try. They make the effort not to devour you whenever they see you or spend time with you. Ignis often avoids spending too much time with you because of this, and Onum never skips his Sunday placebos. Tomorrow he has his meeting at the hotel to receive his weekly serving. Tomorrow is Sunday, which means that before going to the hotel, Septim will come back to check on the twins. Anxiety grips your chest at the mere thought of what might happen, but Septim will say, and what will happen to Nor and Shams afterward? Two small arms wrap around your neck, grounding you back to reality. Ignis is gone, and now the children are on your back and lap instead. Ah! Guys, um, fun fact: I am an older brother in real life, and I have two siblings. that yeah, oh, it's just so cute. Oh! That's so adorable. Oh, look at them, they're so adorable. Oh, look at my children, they're so adorable. Oh, they're so cute. Ignis said you called us. Did something happen? Shams asked while dropping her full weight onto you, knocking the air from your lungs. Ignis is right. You'll have to teach her to control her strength. At least when it comes to you. You need to get ready for tomorrow. Wait, let me save. I don't want to. It's so boring to talk with His Holiness Septim. I like it. Cham sticks out her tongue at Nor and mutters under her breath that he's just as boring as Septim. Oh, they're so sweet. She runs off under Nor's dismayed gaze. He doesn't wait for you to react before chasing after Shams, frowning and seeking revenge. Both of them head towards Onum's residence. You take one last look at the wives' residence before following them. You feel curious about that place. Just seeing it from the outside is no longer enough. There are days where you have to bite your tongue to keep from asking if you can go in, but you hold back. You may be curious, but you're not foolish enough to think that wouldn't be dangerous. Where's the music? Okay. Once back, you learn that Unum has returned from his meeting with Septim. As always, he's brought back a pile of books. Lately, Unum and Septim's meetings have become more frequent, and they last longer each time. It bothers you a little, because on the days of those meetings, you're left in charge of the children, and they demand more than you can give. L! Did you know it's good to read stories to children while they're growing? The moment Unum appears with that satisfied smile, all your irritation vanishes. Unum stands beside you, your book in hand, ready to show you its contents, okay? From the cover, you can tell it's a children's book, probably for ages 5 to 10. Human ages, of course. You can't read the title, but it's clearly an adventure or fantasy story. While he talks about everything he saw in Septim's library, you flip through the book's pages. Man, what are these words? Brother, what are these words? It's a chicken and a chick. Is this derived from, like, a real fairy tale? Because I could wager a guess. More pictures than text, ideal for kids with short attention spans, like Shams. You trust the illustrations will keep her interested. You close the book abruptly, making Unum fall silent at once. You let out a long, tired sigh. What choices do we have? Well, such Such interesting choices. Is there something important I should know? Not for now. Everything's under control. And Septum's satisfied with the results. Venom clears his throat. He takes a deep breath and his words spill out like the air escaping a deflating balloon. Starting tomorrow, the children will have to attend their checkups with Septum separately. I don't think that's a good idea. Whatever it is Septum's after, I won't let him use the children. They're mine, not his. That's interesting. I don't trust Septum. He's doing everything he can to restore the garden. I don't care about that. I care about the children. I care about them too. Then prove it. I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. You want to tell him that it doesn't look that way, but you stop when you see his face. He looks hurt, but he don't apologize. No matter how many times you question Onam about Septum's plan for the children, he always gives vague answers. Borderline absurd ones. He'll elevate their rank. They'll become divine, no longer immortal. Well, we just have to wait for the right time. They're still too young. And you can't keep pressing him. Onam always finds an excuse to escape the conversation. But today, Onam seems to have reached his limit and agrees to ask Septum if he can attend the next checkup. Can't promise anything. Septum's the one who decides. You spend the rest of the day holed up in your room. You feel like you could explode at any small incident, and you don't want that to happen in front of the children. It's better to stay put, at least until tomorrow. You could use the rest. Your body and hands are grateful for the decision. What's up with our hands now? Are our hands okay? Like, are we okay? It angers you that Onam does nothing about the situation. And on the other hand, you can't help but notice how cautious the sun symbol has become in everything he does. He doesn't look as imposing as you once thought. Damn it, he's even stopped being impulsive altogether. And that's because of Septum's constant presence. It's always, Septum said this, Septum has to know about that. If Septum grants us permission, then you're sick of it. The worst part is that Onam always downplays it. Or worse, treats your anger like something amusing or fascinating. As if you were a dog doing a little trick. Maybe that's what you are. This game is pretty cool. Manifesting good ending, thank you. I will try my best. I hope I get a good ending. So far, so far it should be fine. Maybe that's what you are. Just a pet without a voice, or a say in anything that happens in this house. Adopted for a single purpose, and waiting for the day the owner gets bored. You're not sure what's worse, going to him or staying here, overthinking everything and nothing at once. Before you can decide, your door is knocked on thrice. The illusion of privacy doesn't last 5 seconds, and seeing him walk in like he owns the place only rubs salt in the wound. I mean, he owns the place. The children are already asleep. He announces it cheerfully, completely unaware of all that's going on inside you. He moves through your space as if he owns every inch of it, paying little attention to you and his surroundings. Or maybe he's just pretending not to notice. It must be easier for him that way. I spoke with Septum. If you hear the name Septum one more time, you swear you'll... He said it's fine for you to attend the children's checkup tomorrow. But he won't let me. He admits, pouting. The news should make you happy, but it doesn't. Not completely. Why do you do everything, Septum says? Ha 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 ha. Oh, it's Jover. Onam clutches his stomach, shaking with a laugh so deep you fear something inside him, or out, might tear. You think I'm a bootlicker? He asks in disbelief. He said it, you didn't. But he is, and the worst kind. The one who won't admit it. If Sutton decreed that the sun shouldn't rise today, Onam would move heaven and earth to follow that order. Damn bootlicker. Here, a word is a command. Septum rules everything now that he has a body. All he has to do is speak your name and give an order. I'm bound to obey. By law. He's gotten defensive, which at least means you've struck his pride somehow. Only Septum were intangible again. What did you say? For a moment, Unum falls silent. He has no words to answer. You've caught him off guard. There was a time when Septim had no body. At the very beginning. Without a mouth, he couldn't command. And it was Nulla who talked for him, like a spokesman. We had more freedom back then, until he showed up with a body. Sextum said she lent it to him, but I don't believe it. Unum pauses for a long while, as if trying to remember what led him to talk about this. Then he exhales, pulling a funny grimace. So, no, I'm not a bootlicker. He doesn't say it to convince you. He says it like he's trying to convince himself. The silence is heavy, and honestly, you don't know how to rescue the conversation. So you slip under the sheets ready to end the day. Seeing this, he sits at the foot of the bed, staring at you. He seems torn between speaking and staying silent. Can I stay with you while you sleep? Yeah man, whatever. Venom smiles and lies down beside you. Sleep doesn't take long to come. You drift off instantly. It's Sunday. Oh no. It's Sunday. Your body hasn't even had time to adjust to the new day when Shams bursts into the room, throwing herself onto your bed. Her knee lands squarely on your ribs as she yells impatiently. They're waiting for us! Between the confusion and her relentless tugging at your shirt, you can barely keep your eyes open while Shams blurts out half-baked explanations. Without giving you a chance to ask questions, she drags you out of bed, repeating nonstop that it's late, that you need to hurry, that Septim wants both of you there right now. Her imitation of Septim's voice is all it takes for you to understand completely. It's the weekly checkup day. You're already walking down the halls leading to the medical wing. Before you know it, Shams throws open the door without stopping to knock or announce herself. I don't like how he looks. He's so imposing. You should knock before entering. You told Dad you were in a hurry. So cute. Her response is immediate, caring little, if at all, about what the blonde man might think or do about it. He, on the other hand, decides to ignore her, sitting upright in front of Unum. He barely glances at you, nor does he even make a gesture to greet you. It's Unum who does, standing up with a wide, tender smile that reveals his sharp white teeth. As he approaches, he plants a warm kiss on your cheek, murmuring a soft good morning. He barely has time to get the words out before Septim's glare silently orders him out of the room. Shams runs to the corner where the instruments rest. There's a scale, measuring tape, cot, and more. Oh, the silly. She seems to know the routine already, sitting on the cot to wait. Meanwhile, Septim stands, notebook and pencil in hand, taking his place beside her to start recording data. He instructs her to raise her arms, stretch her legs, and breathe deeply. Everything is done with mechanical, clinical precision. He writes down what's needed, offering no comments beyond what's strictly functional. This is so freaky. Unum told me you wanted to take part in the checkups. It's the first time he's spoken to you since you walked in. You had assumed he'd ignore you until Sham's checkup was over. Though in a way, he still does. He's speaking without looking directly at you. Do you not trust me? I just want to know what the checkups are like. I'm glad you care about your children. To be honest, I didn't expect that. They're my children, bro. What are we talking about? Sham's completely distracted from the conversation, placed with one of the stethoscopes. She loops it around her neck, twists it, stretches it, and bites it. Septim has to take it from her before she breaks it. Then he has done a few more lines before turning his gaze back to you. Regardless of what you think, you have no choice but to do as you're told. If you wish to survive in this world, you need to trust me. Otherwise, your puppet won't take long to become obsolete. Today, it's your hands. Tomorrow, it'll be the whole arm. After that, the feet, and then the legs. You'll be reduced to a useless body, only good as meat for us. A placebo on the verge of expiration. And when that happens, you'll lose the only means you have to remain in this plane. Yeah, it's not concerning at all, man. Like, I don't care, it's not concerning at all. Septum falls silent for a few seconds, watching Shams. Then he says a single word. Tail. He extends his hand, waiting for Shams to obey. She does so immediately, raising her tail and letting it rest in Septum's palm. You're about to step in. You know that the tails of stars like Shams are dangerous, unstable, harmful, pure energy capable of burning the flesh of any entity regardless of rank. Even Unum has been hurt before. Seeing that Septum doesn't react to pain, you stop and watch. Nothing happens. No burned skin, no pain reflected in Septum's eyes. He holds Sham's tail as if it were just another rib. He examines it calmly and takes notes in his journal. How could he touch it like that? Just like that? Could it be his hands? No. Yours share a similar condition, and yet you clearly can't touch their tails without getting at least third-degree burns. Oh, that's how you hide it. Okay, I just found out. I accidentally skipped. Okay, that's fine. Is something wrong? If you keep your mouth hanging open like that, you're going to let it fly in. Close it. I don't know, like, I'm very scared of this guy. I don't know if I want to question him. I'm sorry. Septum smiles, satisfied. We just have to be very... like... we just have to listen to him, man. The checkup ends and Shams leaves so Nor can enter. Unlike Shams, Norm seems comfortable with Septum's meticulousness. Where she was restless, he simply observes and waits for the blonde to command. You'll have to eat less, he says after finishing the examination. What? No, Nor needs to eat more. Septum looks at you as if you've lost your mind and you're speaking nonsense. Why are you dead naming the kid, bro? You're dead naming my fucking child, dude. Serious, you must eat less. Okay. If you had the strength and the power to yell or slap him, you would. But that would only bring you more trouble. You don't even get the right to argue or ask for explanations. Septum expels you both from the room with a single clap. You're instantly transported outside. The door is closed, and when you turn to go back in and confront the blonde, he's no longer there. He's gone. In a way, that's good. You're sick of him already. You don't want to see him in your home again. At least not for the next 7 days. Ugh. Chad, I'm kind of hungry. I'll eat after streaming. You spend the rest of the day playing with and keeping the children company, hoping that by the time Una returns from the hotel, you'll have a full belly and no desire to devour. It's fine. I can explore again? Why the hell not? Okay, should I go to the residence of the wives? Will they devour me? Let's look at the paintings first. You walk through the halls observing the paintings that adorn Unum's residence, and you realize they all follow a very specific pattern. They all depict human bodies in different positions and expressions. There's even great care in the use of shadows, a contrast between light and darkness that's impossible to ignore. Some of them make you uneasy. They're grotesque enough to cause a subtle sense of discomfort. You'd rather not imagine what they look like at night. So, no thank you. Let's go with the children. You search for the children inside the residence, but only find traces that they were there. Another broken vase to add to the collection. One of the paintings scratched with what you hope is paint. You could go on and on like this until tomorrow. But as for them, you can't find them anywhere. You go outside, hoping to find them in the courtyard. They aren't there either. You must assume... they assume they must be in Unum's wife's residence. You're not sure if it would be wise to go there. Let's go. Your steps are slow. You're afraid that if you hurry, something will go wrong. You're not doing anything forbidden, at least not explicitly. Unum has never told you that you can't come. Still, as you get closer, each step draws a bead of sweat that slides down your neck. Finally, you stop before a large, closed door. It's imposing. with carvings in the wood depicting allegories of the sun. When you lift your hand to touch it, something in your stomach twists. A knot rises to your throat, making it hard to think straight. Fear seeps into your body, tightening around your soft skin. You're a juicy body, nothing more than a piece of flesh waiting to be eaten. You're about to turn when suddenly the door swings wide open. It's Solaris. She's smiling. For a second, that smile reminds you of Unum's because of the teeth. Bright, perfect, far too visible. Elle? Solaris looks genuinely surprised. She stops smiling the moment she realizes who you are. The breath around her shifts. You can see it clearly. Her body tenses and the smile she tries to recall doesn't come out quite right. What comes out instead is an awkward grimace. Too many teeth, too little expression in her eyes. Can't come in here without permission. It's dangerous. Unum hasn't returned yet with She cuts herself off. Her lips press into a thin line as she turns her gaze aside, as if waiting for something or someone to rescue her from having to keep talking. Nor, Shams, they've come looking for you. I told you to warn me before showing up here, you pair of pests. The children come out quickly, their twin tails linked together as they mumble empty apologies to the woman, laughing without a trace of shame in their bodies. They're just silly men. If you do that again, I'll tell Ignis to ban you from coming here. She says it with a forced, stern tone, though she convinces no one. Then she looks at you, apologizes, and closes the door right in your face. You're left stunned. You don't really know what to think. You feel both pity and rejection. But the children don't give you time to organize your thoughts, pulling at your sleeve towards Unum's residence, all the while telling you what they did at the House of the Stars of Orion's Belt. From the little you can catch and process, you gather that Nor learned to lower his intensity, whatever that means. Oh, look at them. Oh, he likes to draw. That's so cute. Watching them compete for your praise is funny at first, but when you realize they're both competing seriously, trying to outdo and crush the other, you stop them immediately. You scold them and warn them that if they keep it up, you'll end the activity. Both apologize and return to their drawings, now much calmer. The hours pass and you're not as angry at Unum anymore. Or so you think. The kids are already on their 6th drawing. What? When Unum finally shows up. And the scene before your eyes is as absurd as it is comical. It looks like Unum just got home from work. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Shams and Nor greet him happily, competing to see who can talk louder to win his attention. He does what he can to listen to them both, but it quickly becomes impossible as Shams demands all the attention, tugging at Unum's robe until it's all out of place, while Nor glares at his sister's behavior. Unum doesn't seem to care, and you can't understand how he can be so permissive. It's Nor who stops talking, choosing instead to come back to you and continue drawing. You can't help but notice the embarrassed look on his face as he draws, so you try to cheer him up, talking nonsense and telling jokes so bad they're almost painful. But it works. Nor ends up laughing a little. You both finish your drawings and compare them. Nor's is way better than yours. You blame it on your hands. If they were in better shape, maybe your drawings would look nicer. Nor leaves the table to go to his room, while Shams stays behind, giving Unum a full-on monologue. The poor guy looks at you, pleading for help with his eyes, and you decide to step in. You're the one who has to stop Shams, so she'll leave Unum alone. She obeys instantly without complaint. You're left alone with Unum. Hi. He approaches, expecting a welcoming kiss. Shh. We are going for a more pacifist route. Let's kiss him on the lips. It's a chaste kiss, nothing passionate or suggestive. An intimate greeting you've shared with him a few times, and he seems to have grown so used to it that he demands one every time he returns from the hotel. You even think he's gotten addicted to them. You always catch him staring at your lips afterward, and you wonder if it's because he wants another kiss, or if he wants to eat you little by little. Testing and tasting bit by bit, making his portion last until he decides to consume it all at once. The thought makes you squirm involuntarily. There must be something completely wrong with you. Maybe this world has completely corrupted you, or because where did your decency go? That's a really good question. Where did my decency go? Look what I brought home for the kids. He says it so cheerfully that for a moment you forget who you're dealing with. Yeah, that's great, man. That's great, man. Yeah. So when Unum pulls a blood-stained handkerchief from his pocket, it's like a bucket of cold water is dumped over you. Of course, it could be a toy or a damn pet dog. Do dogs even exist here? No. It had to be two round eyes staring at you. Raw, bloody, and viscous eyes lying lifeless on the cloth. It's so disgusting, you can't help but shove Unum away from you. And he has the audacity to whine, confused by your reaction. Don't you like them? He picks one up between his fingers and brings it closer to his face, searching for details you'd rather not know. He squeezes it slightly, and it's firmer than you'd imagine. It must be because they no longer have that glow they had when they were connected to the placebo body. He gouged a placebo's eyes out, bro. The mental image of Unum ripping someone's eyes out, or placebo's, whatever, is far more grotesque than the eyes in his hands, because he can picture every detail, all while Unum smiles through it. They look like yours, but without that little white dot you have. The one that changes size when you're surprised, my pupil. I really like yours. Do you think they taste the same as the others? I can retort. That's funny. That's funny. How do you think yours would taste? Your question comes out naturally in the same tone and intent that Unum used earlier. He looks at you wide-eyed. He didn't see that coming. Excellent. Magnificent. What a counterattack. Just as twisted as his. You're the fucking best. You can't savor the brilliance of your comeback in peace, nor enjoy the redhead's expression for long, because he starts laughing. They don't taste like anything. Look! He puts the eyes away in his robe, inside his robe, careful not to damage them. Oh my gosh, of course. What comes next catches you off guard. His hand shoots toward his right eye, and you jump back, shouting that it's not necessary. His head pauses just a few centimeters away from his eye. You don't want to witness self-mutilation today. You've had enough after that gift for Shams and Noor. Unum tries to explain that it's nothing, that it doesn't hurt, that he can just regenerate another one later, but you ignore him. Maybe another day, when your stomach isn't so twisted, you'd be willing to see that. You chat for a while about how each of your days went. Unum listens to you with an intensity that unnerves you a bit, as if every word you say deserves to be remembered and ingrained into his memory. You tell him everything you did, even the mundane things that mean little to you seem to delight him. You're not sure if it's your voice that fascinates him or if he truly cares to know every detail of your day. Without realizing how it happened, you're already in the kitchen. Keep talking, recounting even the smallest things, though you avoid mentioning what happened during the checkup. You show him the drawings you made with Noor, turning the pages only when you are sure Unum has seen every detail. He studies them with a fascination. With a gentle smile, he compares them to the works that adorn his hallways. He even wonders aloud if he can find frames the right size to hang them in his room. That's cute. Now, between brief silences and laughter, you're preparing dinner for you and the kids. The bad part is that you had to listen to Unum chanting to sanctify the ingredients. All while keeping a neutral face, he had to fight the urge to laugh. But he held it in like a champ. There's no doubt his singing voice is anything but melodic. When the food starts cooking, the aroma fills the room, and for a brief moment, everything feels cozy, domestic, and familiar. But bit by bit, your mind refuses to let go of that worry. You can't forget what Septim said to Noor. You go back and forth whether to mention it. But deep down, You suspect that even if he knew, he wouldn't oppose what the head of the garden has ordered. I mean, yeah, I feel like he's just gonna let it happen anyway. You take advantage of the next moment of silence to finally say what you've been holding in since you entered the kitchen. You don't rehearse your words or build a speech, you just say what matters. A single line. Septum said Noor has to eat less. It's more than enough for Unum to realize you're talking about the checkup. His smile vanishes instantly. The knife in his hand slices one last piece of fruit, sliding across the plate. A harsh sound rings out when the blade scrapes against the dish. A bit more force and you're sure that one of them, either the plate or the knife, would break. You know Noor needs to eat more. He's lost weight because he already eats too little. Don't you think? Did he say it to you or to him? Unum cuts you off. His voice is dry, and his face is devoid of emotion. Completely neutral, like a machine. You look at him confused. You don't understand the point of the question or why it should matter who Septum said it to. If he said his name, there's nothing you or I can do. To prove his point, Unum serves equal portions onto the children's plates. His movements are quiet and fast, as if he's angry at the situation or maybe just feeling powerless. As a final touch, he places an eye on each plate. You have to look away to keep from feeling sick. Together, he's at the table, arranging the plates in their places. Once you're seated, Unum calls the kids to come eat with you. Shams and Noor come running from the same direction, their clothes stained with dirt. You assume they were outside play fighting. It saddens you to see Noor so thin and small. You're supposed to share the same living conditions, the same schedule, the same care from the both of you. But Noor keeps falling further behind, while Shams keeps moving forward without looking back. "What's that?" she asks as she sits down, staring at her plate. You don't need to be a genius to know what she means. Noor, on the other hand, looks at the food without much interest, poking at it with his fork. I feel so bad for him. Like, look at him. The difference here is it's so sad. Like, she's all joyous and stuff, and he's just like, whatever. That's so sad. Today is the last day of the month. It's human today instead of placebo. I almost ate them on the way home. They smell like you. Noor comments while looking at you. A bit sad. Your heart skips a beat. You're right, Noor. Hi. No. Your gaze immediately turns to Unum. You have no idea how to explain this to the children. But when your eyes meet Unum's, you realize he doesn't know what to say either. Because how do you explain to childlike entities that they're about to eat something very similar to the person who plays the role of their parent? In the end, you tell her that you'll explain later and to just eat before the food spoils. Shams drops the subject and starts eating, leaving the eye for the last bite. Every now and then, you glance nervously at Noor. His plate remains untouched, save for the missing eye. When everyone's done, Noor's plate is still almost full. When you ask him if something's wrong, Noor simply says he's not hungry. He gets up from the table to go to bed, following after Shams. You feel like crying, but you swallow it down as best as you can. That's so sad. 3 days have passed since the last checkup. It's a Wednesday. And you can't keep pretending not to see what's obvious anymore. The children are growing and far too fast. Was it yesterday when you truly realized it? Or maybe the day before? You can't recall exactly, but you remember the rush of horror and dread that followed. This time, the fear is different. What if they don't stop growing? What if in just a few days they become old, then turn to dust and bones? Every hour counts. If you had to guess what stage they're in now, you'd say adolescence. Lanky bodies that can't seem to figure out the space between what is theirs and what belongs to others. And that defiant attitude. A constant tug of war between what they can do, what they can't, testing how far they can go without earning your reprimand. They're always measuring what they'll get if they push a bit further, and whether you'll give in or not. It's a game for them, but for you it's exhausting. If only you had the same authority over them that Septum has. Say their name and have them obey instantly. And when Shams looks at you, you hate to admit it, but she scares you a little. Because even though she still looks at you with affection and a touch of innocence, if you pay closer attention, or worse, overthink it. You realize that she watches you the way a cat does, cages the bird from outside. As for Noor, he eats less and less, and it's not because he wants to. You've caught him staring at his food hungrily more than once. You've resorted to extremes. Sometimes you're not proud to admit to, but we were desperate. Forcing him doesn't work. His body rejects what you make him eat, and it's barely anything to start. It's as if his body refuses to accept more than a few bites a day, and there's nothing you can do. That's so sad. The movement in the sheets pulls you back to the present. Unum lies beside you on the bed while you flip through the books he brought. You can't read them, but they're interesting enough to pass the time. Hi! Now his hands take one of yours, bringing it close to his face. Your knuckles brush against his lips and cheeks. Suddenly, his teeth enter the... I'm scared. His teeth enter the equation. He bears them with a mischievous smile, all under your watchful gaze, and traps the skin on the back of your hand between them. Still holding your gaze, he begins to bite slowly. Hey, little bro, I'm gonna need you to stop, because, I don't want to live. I know I can't feel my hands. I can barely move them, but, like, I still need my hands. You pull your hand back firmly. Unum doesn't try to stop you, he just watches your face in silence. You return your attention to the book. Unum lies down beside you, hugging the pillow. He breathes heavily, inhaling and exhaling, as if trying to get your attention. He's doing it on purpose. He doesn't even need to breathe. It almost looks like a poor imitation of you when you sleep. Maybe even mockery if you think too hard about it. He groans with fake pain, rubbing his face into the pillow trapped between his big arms. I have a council meeting today. He breaks the silence. You have to lift your eyes from the book to process what he just said. Council? What? He must have noticed your confusion because he prepares to explain, taking a deep breath before speaking. I have to talk to them every month, stay updated on changes or issues within my domain. Nothing entertaining. I don't like it. They're also old-fashioned and dull. I want to stay with you. If I live with you, I deserve the right to know what's happening. Take me to the meeting. Unum stares at you wide-eyed, then laughs loudly, almost uncontrollably. Do you have a death wish? Of course. Looking and smelling like that, you won't even make it to the council room door. Well, I don't think they could take me down anyway. But I don't think you'd be safe if I started fighting near you either. It's better if you stay here. I can tell the girls to keep you company for the day. The girls! I love the girls so much. He can't interrupt his call to duty, so after Una made breakfast for you and the children, he left. Today, Shams doesn't want to stay in the residence, preferring to visit Ignis, Solaris, and Ileana. She tells you before leaving and asks you not to make her take Noor along. You ask her why, feeling a little angry about her attitude. Oh my god, she's grown now. Noor doesn't want to. He shut the door in my face when I asked if he wanted to come with me. Do you two fight? Shams glances to the left, pursing her lips while figuring out how to answer your question. No, it's obvious they fought, but she still tries to deny it. Before leaving, she gives you a sideways glance filled with guilt and worry. She calls you by your parental title, her voice soft and tender. It reminds you of all the other times that name has come from her mouth. This time it feels strange. So strange that it twists your stomach. It'd be better if he handles it. And she leaves just like that. You don't get the chance to ask who she means by he. With how much influence Septim has over your children, you're not sure if Shams meant him or Unum. You try to pass the time by finding something, anything, to keep yourself busy, but it's difficult. I wanna check on Noor. Clean? Unnecessary. Unum always keeps everything spotless, and you're pretty sure he cleans the residence while you sleep. Cook? Impossible. Your chants don't work, since you don't know the language they use to sanctify their food. Read? When Unum has time, you'll ask him to teach you to read and chant. So you have two options, chat with the paintings in the halls or go talk to your son. Obviously, I'm gonna go talk to Noor. I'm so worried about him. Would it really be better if he handled it? You don't think so? Except them, you don't know which one she meant. And that only makes it worse. The very thought that she might not have meant Unum, that it could actually be Septum, makes your blood boil. You're the one who's there with them every day, watching in fear as they grow at an alarming rate. You're the one who longs to, and regrets, not holding them more when they were babies. And no one is going to take away the responsibility you have toward your children. True. It's time to have a real conversation with Nor about how he's been feeling lately. You walk with a strange tightness in your throat. Each step fills and disturbs the static calm of the place. They shouldn't sound this loud or echo this much, but today they do. He heads straight to the room Nor shares with his sister. Just a few more steps, then turn to the left. You already know the mental layout of this residence like the back of your hand. You're hoping that when you walk in, Nor will greet you with that gentle, timid smile of his. You reach the door to his room and it's open. Still, you knock to announce yourself, but there's no reply. When you step inside, the room is empty. Nor, no one answers your call. Strange. I don't like the lack of music. I'm so scared. Please be okay. You turn on your heels to go look for him. He shouldn't be outside because whenever one of the twins leaves, they always let you know. The moment you step outside of the room, an immense force slams into your chest and sends you falling backward. Oh! Hey. With all his weight on top of you, Nor grabs your shoulder, spinning you down. His fingers and nails dig into your skin, tearing it open until blood wells from the wounds. You stare at his eyes in horror. Their gentle look is gone, completely replaced by something else. Now you understand why the shams didn't want you involved. Nor looks at you the same way he looks at the leftovers he's forbidden to eat. With hunger. Okay. I have to make a wise choice. Will he get reminded of Septum if I say this? Okay, if he does, then there's two ways it's gonna go. He's gonna feel threatened and he's gonna stop. Or he actually hates Septum that he's gonna wanna kill me. Because I'm trying to act like Septum. One way to find out. Try to scream his name, but you can't. Try again. You struggle to break free, pushing against his face with your hands, trying to shove him back, but it's useless. In your desperation, you try to put distance between you with your legs. That works. Again. Nor doesn't want you to win. He takes position again, this time with hands on your stomach. His desperation and hunger blind him so completely that your screams don't reach his ears, lost in a trance that you can't break. His nails tear through your clothes, reaching flesh. He grabs your skin in his fist with a clear goal to rip you open and devour your organs. Oh! Oh! Serious, stop! Nor freezes, his body tensing the moment you speak his true name. Was that? In his eyes, your terrified reflection trembles. Your arms are outstretched before you in an utterly useless shield of flesh and bone he could tear apart at any second. Nor blinks once, tiny tears glistening in his eyes. On his next blink, they break free, streaming down his cheeks non-stop. He opens his mouth, but no words come out. Aww. The only sounds escaping his throat are broken whimpers swallowed by his uncontrollable sobs. When he finally gathers the strength to speak, he calls out to you, scared, sorrowful, filled with regret. But he doesn't reach out for you. He doesn't seek your touch. He stays still, trying to make himself as small as possible while he keeps crying. He apologizes over and over, barely stopping to breathe, until his voice turns hoarse. I'm a good father, I'm a good father. Nor tries to push you away, flailing hands and feet like a baby, but it's a weak attempt. If he could, he'd have you far away and covered in more wounds. Even though his closeness burns, you don't care. He needs to comfort you, baby. Oh! I didn't know this fucking game would have raising children, bro. Doesn't take long before he's in your arms, crying uncontrollably while begging for forgiveness. He struggles to articulate what he wants to say, his words devoured by sobs. But you understand him. You caress his face and whisper words of love to him. You tell him you can never be angry at him, never hate him, that he'll always be your little one no matter what happens. After a while, he begins to calm down. He doesn't stop crying. is now that you truly come to your senses. You're dealing with entities in a world far more dangerous than you ever let yourself admit. You're raising beings who could tear out your eyes with a single motion. It now hits you that you should be terrified. But it's hard to feel that fear completely, because behind those teeth and claws, they're still your children. They're not monsters. God. End of Act 2? Oh my gosh. Wow. I just finished Act 2 with, what do you call this? Oh no. Wow. Holy shit. It's awesome. Aside from like the small mishap in the beginning where I just like what do you call this? Or I just died because I did something stupid with Nala. I've been pretty successful so far, I think. Like I feel like I've done all the right choices. And also I think this is yeah, that's Unum, right? So it's Unum and Nala in the cover. I think in the intro sequence from earlier, who we saw was Septem, if I remember correctly. I think that should have been him. it looked like him from my memory, but dang. Dang. Okay, so we finished Act 2. Unum route. We have our children. Something's up with the children. Wow. That was great. But man, I am hungry. Okay, I'm glad I've been able to like finish what I have so far of one route. The next time I'll stream this game, I'm gonna go for Septem's route, and then I'll do Nala. Wow! That took shorter than I expected. Like I thought I would take like 3 hours, but it's almost been 3 hours. It's like 2 hours, 50 seconds-ish. 50 seconds? 50 minutes. But yeah, I am delighted. I like this game. I really, really like this game. If you guys just... If I start making fan art for this game, do not question it. I am right where I need to be. Wow. That was so fun. That was so fun. I love this game already. I don't know when the with the red pie. Oh yeah, sheesh. I don't know when the next time I'll stream this game is, but for sure I'll be doing Septem's route, and then the next time, third time, I'll do Nulla. So yeah, that was my first ever playthrough and first route with To Eat a God. It's a really, really great indie visual novel, technically like Tome game of sorts, romance visual novel, dating sim. Yeah, it's so great. I love this game. I'm excited to see what the other routes have in store. But I think that, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here. I will be getting food. And again, I really like this game. I'm so glad I decided to play this game. It's so good. It's great. I love it. I will be... When will I stream next? That's a really good question. Can I stream tomorrow? No, I don't think I can. I think I'll be able to stream on Friday around the same time. If not Friday, then Saturday. But yeah, I'll try to stream again this week. In any case, yeah, I'll just like, you know, it'll be announced on my Twitter, because that's where I'm most active, unfortunately. But yeah, we're calling it a day here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this game. I love this game so much. I can't wait to play the rest of the routes, especially Nullus. I'm saving the best for last because he's the one character who totally drew me in. He's so beautiful. Like, I didn't even expect I would be intrigued by Unam, but I'm glad I went with this route first. I feel like it was a great choice. So yeah, that's all for today's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and also I hit like the most concurrent viewers I've had. Like the most viewers I've had just watching at the same time, 6, and also 10 followers. I hit the 10 follower goal. That's crazy. Yay! Many great things have happened today. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I will announce my next stream on my Twitter. Yep. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye.